hear me? Happy Sunday. How are we doing today? I can see people already in the room. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sapphire. Hi, Precious. Hello, everyone. We're going to get started. We're not waiting for anybody because we do not have time to waste. We have to finish in due time so that everybody can go about, building their structures and everything. We're just going to start right about now. How are we doing? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Please give me feedback. Emil, good day. Happy Sunday. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Please, I need that feedback. Can everybody hear me? Hi, what's going on? I'm not getting feedback. Oh, I can hear you. Oh, great, amazing. Thank you so much. So we're just going to get started because, like I said, we don't want to waste anybody's time here. And I want you to get the value for why you are here. All right. So the blueprint to balance and the end goal of this class, of this conversation, is so that you are able to build proper structures that actually work. Because over time, I have realized that so many people try to build structures and create routines and it doesn't work for them. But I have been able to do this over and over again for myself and the people that I shared it with. It has worked for them and I see that this thing work. Does it mean that sometimes I don't fall through the crack? I do. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell you guys a story that happened in November. Right? I'm going to tell you what happened in November to me. I hope my employer does not hear this, but yeah. So in November, I had a lot of traveling to do. I had a lot of traveling, a lot of I needed to do and fix up, from family travels to personal travels. Because I'm not going to say everything in depth because if my employer watch this video, I'm gonna be sacked. But yeah, I had some personal commitments and also some family commitments. I had to travel a lot, in November, and most of them were actually weekends. So I think I actually shared the story actually because most of the travels that I did were the weekends. So Friday slash Sunday, Monday. So I can actually share this story. So let me just share it. So November was a month where I fell through the crack. So I fell off all of my routines. So usually I have routines of how I function in my personal life. First of all, I have that routine in check. I also have the routines in my business, and for the day job that I have a day job, I have a business, and I have other projects that I work on the side as well. So I also take side gigs on the side. So I have this side gig that I've been working on since August. I've been doing program management since August for as a side gig. Then I have my business, I have my clients and other things. So November was sort of terrible for me because I took more than I can chew and I fell off the crack. And I'm going to explain. So one was I couldn't continue with gym. I've not been to the gym for over a month or two now, especially in November. Then also my normal routine that I used to do in the morning, which I'm going to share with you guys, I was not able to do it the whole of November. I didn't do any of that. Nah. Then even with my day job, I couldn't keep up. I had to take 1 week partial leave in November as well because it was a whole lot. It got to here. Right. Then I also had to refund one client. I couldn't show up to do their work. I had to refund them. We're supposed to work for 6 weeks. We only worked for 2 weeks, and then I fell off the crack. So I had to refund in November. Now, what I'm trying to say is that even when if you have this system in place, we are humans. I'm not trying to say this is 100% is over and over and that's it. We are all humans at the end of the day. Anything can happen. You can always fall through the crack. But again, with the system I'm about to share with you, when you fall through the crack, you'll be able to know how to pick yourself up. And I already saw this coming. Like in October, I was already telling my friend, and if I survive November, there is no month, there is no day in this life that I will not be able to survive again in this world. That was what I said to my friend. Like, I flew across country, flew across states a lot in November. So let me just let you know that, so you know that I'm not going to in-depth details. But that was how tough it was. And I saw it coming. I knew it was going to affect me. But I still went through with all of that because some of them were also important for my personal development, and some of them were family, and I had to prioritize those things. That's where priority comes in. So I'm trying to say this to say it might fall through the crack, but when you have the structure in place, you will still be able to function. But there are some certain things that were not affected. I'm not going to lie. Like my business was still running, even though I was not able to deliver for clients, but other things in my business was still happening. Community was still going on, emails were still going out, blog articles were still going out, and some of those things were still going out. My team were still working, right? I didn't even review anything. We had a particular client. There's a particular client that I set up like a team for inside my own team. That client did not even know that not anything is happening, right? Things were still going well for that client. We're still showing up for the client, doing what we have to do for the client. Right. That was because the structures were there. So even though November was sort of like rough for me personally, some things were affected, but not everything. And there are also certain areas that were not affected at all. The client that I had to refund was because it was a one-on-one. I didn't have the time to show up for the meetings and all that. That was why I had to refund it. But every other thing that required my team to do the work, we were still running even without me being there 100%. Okay, so that's like the summary of the story. I'm just being careful not to share too much in detail of a particular story because it's going to get me in trouble if I share in details. So yeah, now this now brings me to share like what is the agenda of today. I have categorized like everything I'm going to be sharing today into four categories, right? I classified everything. You put like story. I classified everything into four. The first one is personal life, right? Things that you care about personally, your spirituality, your family, your friends, your relationships, self-care. I wrote family too as well. Your family, yeah, and so much more. Then business, having structure for your business. So business can also tie into clients. So if you're into career, so if you're working a 9 to 5, you don't have a business, you can also tailor it for your career, right? So your business structure, creating your workspace, communication, your team responsibilities, team training, business operations, business growth, and functionality. Then the fourth one is client delivery. I separated client delivery from business because clients needs to have their own structure in place because it is different from your entire business. When you have a client, you've already you have to single out that client and create a different journey for them to ensure that you give them the result and the what for the money that they've paid you. So that's why I separated it. Then we have like the day-to-day operations. So day-to-day operations covers both your business and your life. So your day-to-day personal and business routines, your workflow, productivity, regular business and personal activities, day-to-day structure for you, and how and when you show up. So I broke this is how I'm going to go through today's presentation in these four categories: your personal life, your business, your client delivery, and the day-to-day operations. I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes of how I do mine. I have trackers. It might look like my life is doctored, or it look like my life is everything in my life is planned, but that's structure. Because if you're not able to do that, you will struggle. I think I will even show you guys my calendar as well, like how my Google Calendar look like. I'll show you guys all of that as well as we go, so that you will see what I mean. Like, I'm not making up any of the things that I'm sharing with you guys. There are things that I've been doing that is working. Yes, I fall through the cracks. a couple of times this year, but I still pick myself back up and I move. And that's the end goal. I'm not going to make mistake again, but you are going to be 90% or even 95%, more productive in your life and in your business and every area. So let's get into it. Are we ready? 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 Anytime I say are we ready, I always feel like that's the wrong grammar. I don't know why I feel that way, but yeah. Are we ready? 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 Please let me know in the chat. Okay, yes, we are. All right, cool. So before I go into sharing with you some of these things, you need to understand why structures are crucial. Because if you don't see the importance in anything, management, yes, structures ensure you allocate time for priorities like gym, prayer time, family time. Personally, I wish I can show you guys my phone. I honestly wish I can show you guys my phone, but I don't know how that will work. But I have alarms, especially for my prayer time and my gym time. I have alarms that I think I also have it on my calendar as well, where it shows everything that I do every day. The key things that are priority to me: gym, prayer time, and my work. Gym, prayer time, and my work, and then study time. See those four things. I don't joke with them at all. Those are the only four things I have alarms for every single day. I'll just run through my alarm right now so you see what my alarm looks like. Let me just alarm. Okay. So when I start my day start at 3:30 a.m. I'm just going to be very open with you guys. So 3:30 a.m. Is when I pray. Right. So I wrote it there in the alarm. I'm not sure you guys can see it. I'm not sure. It says it's prayer time, girl, every day, every single day. Yes, every single day. Then I have 5:55 a.m. It's a new day. Get up, be thankful, get ready. So it's from Monday till Saturday. I wake up 5:55 a.m. at least. So I have 5 minutes before I pray. So when I get up at 5:55 a.m., I pray at 6 a.m. Right. So there's a church prayer we used to do every 6 a.m. The 3:30 on is my personal one. So 6 a.m. is we call it Triumph 30. So I do that prayer every 6 a.m. Right. Then at 7:30 I start work. So from that 6 till like 6:37 we are done. Then I use the other 30 minutes to set up and just prep myself. And then I start my deep work. So deep work, I'll go into that. But deep work is when I focus to do my work. So I do this Monday to Saturday. Then at 7:45, um, okay, that's out. At 8:20, I take a break, my first break from the deep work. I just take like a 20 minutes break or something, and then I go back to deep work again. Then at 10 a.m. every day, Monday to Friday, I have my daily marketing stand up at my day job. Every day is constant. Then 11:30 a.m. I cool off. That's when I cool off. You've done a great job today. I cool off from working. So do this Monday till Saturday. Monday to Saturday. So from 7:30 to 11:30, I cool off. The only break in the workflow for me every Monday to Friday is the daily marketing stand up that I have to do with my team every Monday to Friday. And that's for my day job, right? I also have meetings on Mondays and Thursday with my business team, but I don't attend every time. Every 11 o'clock, I don't attend every time. My team handles that. My online business manager handles that. So I only attend when I feel like, okay, I don't have much deep work to do today, so I can go and attend. So the only thing that breaks my flow from 7:30 to 11:30 is my daily job marketing stand-up. Then at 12, I do prayer. So 12 is when I do prayer. I don't do this all the time because sometimes I might be in a meeting or I might have a job thing, but it's in my routine. So any 12 o'clock every day where I have time, where I don't have any day job, because at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be working at 12. But if I don't have like anything to do at my day job at that 12 and I feel like I have a free time, I'll just use that to do my prayer. Then from that 12 till 2:30, anything can happen in between. It can be meetings, it can be doing other work that I need to do, it can be following up on my team, it can be doing anything. Then at 2:30, I also do like a mini focus work where I just try to focus and do some things. Then 3:20, I take a break. Then 4:40, I go to the gym. So every 4:40, Monday to Fridays, I don't go to the gym on Wednesdays. So I go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. So at 4:30, at 4:40, I'm already preparing and going to the gym. All of these are in my alarm. I'm reading them from my alarm. Then at 6:30 p.m., so 4:30, I go to the gym. Yeah. Then at 7:59, that's 8 p.m., I pray again. So we have like another prayer that we do in church. So I join the prayer and I pray. Then at 9 p.m., I study my Bible. So that's my study time. That's when I study. My brain will be cool. I'll study my Bible every day at 9 p.m. Then at 10:15, I take a moment to reflect on my day. I call it gratitude time. I said it's gratitude time. And then at 10:30, I'm supposed to just be lying on my bed. So I may not be sleeping, but I'm just lying on my bed. And I know that it's bedtime. And then, yeah. So that's like the whole structure for me in terms of time management. I do this almost every day, but there are days where I fall through the cracks. Maybe I'm having cramps, I'm having a bad day, I'm doing stuff. I can just let go and relax for that day, right? And it's okay. But having this routine helped me create like personal structure in my life. This is just like my life structure that I'm just trying to show you first, but we'll get into it. I'll share more as we go on. I know some of you are not feeling like, oh, this person life be like say everything is following plan. It has to follow plan because I don't know how to live my life. I don't know how to live this life other than this because I have a lot of things doing. So these are my non-negotiable. So if you see, the only things that are in my alarms are my non-negotiable. Every other thing is on my calendar. I cannot be putting everything on my alarm. If not, my alarm is going to be chaotic. So when I first started using alarms, I started having headache because I was putting everything in my alarm, both meeting or both this one, everything was on my alarm. So it felt like every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, my alarm was ringing and it was driving me crazy. So I had to now sit down and say, okay, how can I actually create a routine that works, not the one that's just there. So I now say, okay, my non-negotiable every day should be in my alarm. And if you look at what is already here, the three key things on my non-negotiable every day is one, my prayer time and my study time. I not three key things, the key things: my prayer time, my study time, my sleep time, my wake up time, gratitude time, um my day job, daily marketing stand up, and then also my gym time. Those are like, I would say those are like the top 6 non-negotiable that I must do every day. So those are the things that are in my alarm. So every other thing now falls into it. If you notice, I have lots of prayer time and study time because my life is wrap around my spirituality, my spiritual life, right? That's like the core first, then every other thing is around it, right? So that's that. So you would need, not that you may need, you will need to identify those core areas and core things for you, and you can set an alarm for them that these are your non-negotiables that must happen every single day. So I'm not from a family where we always have to call or talk to each other every day. So if that's the kind of family you're from where you have to call your mom every day, it should be part of your non-negotiable. Like, put it in a time and let your mom know that time that this is our call time every day. So I call my mom, I call my sister, but it's not every day because I'm not even a call person and they know me. I don't like calls. So we have when we do those calls and those things. Sometimes we plan it, and then when we plan it, I put it on my calendar and lock it out. So it's occasionally planned. It's not something that I do every day, because I don't like calls, and they know that, and we love ourselves like that. So yeah, so that's one thing. It helps you with time management. Secondly, it improves your mental clarity. A structured life reduces decision fatigue, leaving room for creativity and problem solving. So when you are able to structure your life, you're able to leave room for you to be creative. You're able to leave room for you to have mental clarity. Like, sometimes when I don't wake up every day feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do today. If I don't know what to do at all, I just follow what's on my alarm. Like, worst pass, what come to worst. I follow what's my alarm and I'm good for that day. And then the next day I figure out my life. Right? So it helps with mental clarity. Then another thing, it helps with consistency, right? Habits and routines help you stay on track with personal growth goals. So when you have habits and routines, these routines help you stay on track, right? They help you, grow, help you stay consistent. And when you're consistent, you're able to grow personally. So we're talking about life. This is why it is crucial for you to set structures in your life and in your business. You also help your business as well, right? And then this is the business one. The other one was personal one. For business, it helps with operational efficiency. Clear structures ensure tasks are completed on time and correctly. Then it also helps with team productivity. Employees know their roles and responsibilities, leading to fewer back bottlenecks. Scalability. Structured businesses are easier to grow because they don't rely entirely on the founder. So I'm going to explain this a little bit before we go in depth, where I will show you like behind the scenes and show you everything, right? So how does it help with operational efficiency? Now, in my business, we have in my team, let me use my team. In my team, we have like non-negotiables. We have like our regular business activities that must happen every single week. I'm going to show you them as we go. Regular business activities that must happen every single week. That means that thing happening every single week is broken down every single day. Then everybody on the team knows their role. So if you're working in my team as, let's say, a content writer, for example, you already know what you are supposed to be doing every week and every month as a content writer. It's already clearly spelled out. So that is your job. That is something you have to be doing. Every other thing is secondary. Your primary role, everybody is clear on it. Right. Then it helps with scalability because I can easily scale. So I recently just brought in 2 people to my team as interns, 3 people actually, because I want to scale. I want to scale the number of clients I'm able to get. How am I able to come to that decision that I'm ready to, take more people onto the team? Is because I have structures. I have seen the structure over time and see how this thing is working. So it helps you to be able to scale. And I'm also seeing how I want to start charging in dollars from next year. And my base charge is going to be in dollars, no longer in naira. And why did I decide this? Because I've also seen like the structure that I've been able to implement for my clients and how effective it has been. So I've been able to see that I have a lot doing. My time is very limited. So what I'm trying to do now is reduce the number of clients I'm taking, but at the same time, increase the deliverability and efficiency. And then also increase the hands that I have in my team to even make these deliverability more efficient. Now, that's that. That's why it is important for you to build structures in your life and in your business. Okay. So, are we following? Are we following before I move on to the next one? Let me know in the chat because I don't want it to look like I'm talking to myself. Are we following? Are we following? Are we following? Are we following? Do we have a question before we go? Safaya say yes to deep work. Yeah. Do you have a question? Are we following? Do we get it? Before we go on. Yes, we are following. Hi, Adar. Good evening. Amazing. Okay, cool. All right. Any question from anybody? Any question from anybody before we move on? Yes, I'm following. Okay, cool. Cool. So I want to do a case study, but I would like somebody to volunteer. So I want 2 persons to volunteer. So 1 person for business, 1 person for personal. So I know I've not really shared in depth of what it looks like, but I just want to use somebody to explain and drive my point home. If you don't mind being on the spot, hi. If you don't mind being on the spot, okay, Ada, okay, Ada and the intimacy masters. Okay, hi Jess, see my people. Okay, I'm going to drop a link for you guys to join. Sapphire. Okay, oh, it's all right. You people. Okay, so Sapphire, we're going to do Sapphire, Ada, and for career service based. Okay, great. And Ada, just 3 of them. So I'll drop the link, and you can just you don't have to turn on your camera when you join the call. Don't worry, you can just turn it off, but we'll need you to speak. So I've just dropped the link in the chat. You might have to change. You might have to just click on that link and redirect into the call. So you can turn off your camera. That's okay, but you we need your audio because I might be asking you some questions so that it can be faster instead of typing. So let's see who comes on the call first. I've dropped the link in the chat. The link is in the chat. Let me know if you can click it. So let's join it. I just need your camera on. So turn off. I just need your mic on. Can turn off your camera. Yeah. So that we can talk. So who is coming up first? Who is coming up first? Who is coming up first? I've not seen anybody. Oh. Okay. Oh. Who is coming? Who is coming? Let's see. Okay, somebody is here. Dr. Sapphire is here. Dr. Sapphire is here. Let's add her to the stage. Hi, Sapphire. Good evening.
Hi.
Can you hear us? Okay, I can hear you. Can you speak, please? Hi,
Yeah,
Sapphire.
I
Are you
can.
there?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay. All
Yep,
right, great.
I'm here.
So, which one are you going for, personal or business?
I think Intimacy Masters wanted to do press, or you have like I don't mind anyone actually.
Oh, yeah, choose now. Pick one. Pick one. Personal or
No,
business?
let's
Which
do
one do you want to
business.
go for?
Let's do business.
Okay. Okay. So, do you have a team?
Yes, I do,
You have a team. How many people on your team currently?
including myself. 8, 9.
Wow, that's a lot of team. What does your team work for clients or just for your business?
So we are in two parts, right? So we
Okay.
have the people that serve the business, and then we have the people that serve the clients.
So how many people serve clients? How many people serve business?
So on the client side,
Remove
we
yourself, so we are eight. Because you
all
serve
right.
you serve
So
both sides.
All right, so that's 4 people, right? So we have 2 junior email marketers and 2 email marketing interns.
That's
So
for the
that's four
clients,
people.
right?
Yes.
Then for your business, what people do you have?
So we have a social media manager and a brand designer. Then we have an intern community manager and video editor.
Okay, all right, cool. So before we go into maybe their responsibilities and their roles, what do you think is like the key thing that you struggle with for these teams?
So the key thing that I think I struggle with, so we have our core values, which I always try
Mm,
to reiterate. And then after multiple performance reviews, where we do like internal and external scoring, it's the one where we talk about owning your work, right? So being able to function independently to a certain extent.
mm. So that's like the key thing. So I want to
Yeah.
ask one question. How does review work? So how do you review certain things? So let's say for example now you have the social media manager. What does the social media
Mhm.
manager do? Do they know their responsibility?
Yes, she does. So for the social media manager, she's expected to ideate, create, and schedule posts for social media, LinkedIn and Instagram. But she's not expected to
Mhm.
design it. Then she's
Then the
expected to
community
engage with the community.
then the community manager, what's her own role?
Strictly for Telegram. So strictly for the Telegram community. And it was more of an experiment because I really needed to keep it active, and
Mhm.
I didn't have enough time to do it myself. So I wanted to bring in somebody to be able to, do that for me. So we're
Mhm.
testing the waters with that one.
Okay. So now, do you guys do like maybe weekly reviews or something?
So we have weekly meetings, but then we did a mid-year performance review. Then
Mm-hmm.
aside immediate performance review, we have like it doesn't have a schedule. I'm thinking next year to be quarterly, but we also have like another assessment. So that assessment is a form that has our core values, and then you're supposed to feel it has a rating. So according to our core values, you rate how to what percentage you are falling in line with it. Then aside that, I also rate them based on the core values, and then I compare the figures.
Okay, so let's say if you're not available for like um a week or a couple of days, can certain things still run in your business? What area can
Yes.
run?
So if I'm not available, the team will function. So in August, I was writing exams and things were still happening. And that's because someone on the email marketing team, she also serves as my business manager. So she first came in
Mm-hmm.
as email marketing, but she has been like my right hand person. So it has been a silent transition, right? We are not fully there yet. But if I'm not there, she'll be the one running things.
Okay, I think that's like a very first step to take yourself out of it. Now, for the key thing, which is like responsibility thing, right? There's something I struggle with that as well when they don't own their role. Maybe if you don't tell them what to do or there is no outline task, everybody don't know what to do, right? It will still look like
Exactly.
you have to keep telling them you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. There's something that I started doing. I started pairing them to collaborate. So even if I know that it's not, let's say, for example, the community manager, for example, right? Your community manager, it may not be their role to create content or anything, but they have to keep the community engaged, which means that they have ideas. So I started to re-engineer what we do in our meetings. Before, when we come for meetings, weekly meetings, we do 2 weekly meetings, Mondays and Thursdays. You just come, oh, I worked on this task, I worked on that task, that's what I'm working on, and it's over. And then everybody will go back and then go and relax. And then I also introduced something else where you don't have to wait until meeting time before we know what you're working on. I like how you brought in somebody who is going to be like your online business manager to manage. So that person's role is to manage every other person and ensure that everybody is doing their work. How you can keep people responsible is to encourage peer-to-peer collaboration. So, for example, now that you don't have two people in one department, let's say with the content people, we have 2 people here or that, it's just one person. What you can do sometimes I allow my online business manager to review. Even if she's not reviewing the creativity, go and review the English and the grammar. Why I do that sometimes is not because, oh, Ella cannot do it. I start taking out that responsibility for myself. Like, if I'm not there, somebody should be able to review what this person has done, and you should be able to decide that this is a get go. So, one thing I introduced: one, weekly strategy. What are you going to be doing this week? What is your weekly strategy? Monthly strategy. This month, in your department, as a social media manager, what are you going to be implementing this month? So you have to send it the first of every month. There's a way we have like a documentation, a code of conduct and disciplinary measure where we already outline all these things. So you have to, like at the beginning of every month, send in your monthly strategy. So I will review the whole monthly strategy. If there's anything I need you to add, or like, no. This that monthly strategy has to come with KPIs. So it's not like I just send in, I'll do this month, I'll do that this month. You send the monthly strategy. Let me see. Okay. Shall I show? Let me not get there first. We're just doing like a case study. So we start like with the monthly strategy. You send, they will be the one to send me the strategy. So it's like they are doing the thinking. I'm not thinking with them. That's how you give them responsibilities. Because if you just come and say, okay, this month we'll do this, 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 and then that's it. It's like I'm telling them what to do. So it will be hard for them to act on it. So now you tell me what you will do. Then we have a general monthly planning call where everybody will come together and we plan with their strategy. We'll not touch up. So I review everybody's strategy. Then we have our general monthly planning call. The monthly planning call is not different from our Mondays and Thursday calls that we used to do. Just that if it's the first Monday of the month, we turn it to a monthly planning call. If it's the last Thursday of the month, we turn it to a monthly review call. So we are not adding extra days. It's still the same weekly Monday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday and Thursdays. So we have the general brainstorming call. We come on board. Okay, you're the social media manager. This is what I say you are doing this month. They list everything. Okay, what do you guys think we can use to do this? What do you guys think we can use to achieve this? What do you guys? Then everybody brings their idea. Then they will not need to go and rework their strategy for the month, and then they submit for final approval. Now, before this general monthly strategy that each person will go and bring, I have to enable them. So I've shared this before. I have my 2024 documents where everything we are going to be doing in 2024 has already been outlined. Everything we are doing in 2024 has already been outlined inside that document, and we broke it down into months. So whatever strategy you are going to be bringing has to be in alignment in that overall. So this is the document I'm just sharing with you guys. These are like the key programs we're going to launch in 2024. Why is it not loading? So the key programs I did this in December 2023/January 2024. So every month we keep adding, right? And then we broke it down into like different areas. We now broke it down into monthly. So we have January to February. So this is what we're going to do in January to February till December, like literally August, September, October, December. This is December. These are the things we are going to be doing this December and the things we are going to be pushing. Right. So we already have that document. That is to say that if you want to enable your team, you need to also be able to enable them. If you want them to function effectively, you need to also be able to enable them so that they can function. That means you want them to take more responsibilities, put systems in place that help them take more. Number one, give them the liberty to create a strategy that they're going to be leveraging. But before they're able to create that monthly strategy, create an overall overarchy, like yearly, documentation, and break it down into every month. Then every department will now go into that documentation and create their strategy around what is the overall end goal of this brand or of this business. So you community, what is your community plan for the month? What are we doing every month in this community? We have documentation for all of those things. Like I have the Grow Connect community, for example. Everything that is happening in the Grow Connect community has been planned every single month. So every month, everybody we send in their monthly strategy, whether you're managing community, you're managing emails, you're managing anything. That's that. Then I have the person who writes the articles. So at the beginning of the month, I don't come up with my YouTube topics myself. I have somebody who does like the research. So they do the research and send me like 4 topics. Then I will tweak the topic and write the content. But at the beginning of the month, you have to send me those 4 topics for YouTube, 4 topics for articles, LinkedIn, or whatever platform that you are handling. You send me everything you're going to be doing there, including the topics and the ideas and everything. Then we'll review and approve. So once we approve, every week you are now going to be telling us what you're doing every week. So we'll have weekly strategy again that you will not be bringing out of your monthly strategy. So your monthly strategy that has been approved, you now create your weekly strategy out of it. This is what I'm going to be doing this week. And at the end of the week, when you're not coming for the weekly review, you're not just coming and just be talking. Now, mind you, we have regular business activities. So what regular business activities mean is that every single week, these things must happen in this business. Let me show you guys a document for that. So I call it our content distribution strategy. So every week, all of these things might happen except otherwise stated. So we have Instagram every week. All this must happen. This is Instagram calendar. We have the IG story and WhatsApp status. We have TikTok. We have emails. We have WhatsApp automation. We have the community. So the community has its own dedicated documents that has like the detailed breakdown of what's happening there. We have YouTube. We have advertising and funnels. So what this simply means, so that means if you want your team to take more responsibility, you need to enable them. So one, what are your regular non-negotiable in your business? Just like I've explained what are my non-negotiable in my personal life, I have the non-negotiable in my business. So what are the regular business activities? What are the key areas that your business are functioning on? What are the things that must be happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Have all of those listed. Then in the year or in the month, what is the goal for this business this month and this year? In terms of the product you need to push, the clients you need to sign, the things that you need to do, you have them documented. Then you now ask each department to now create a strategy for that month. Then every week, what is your weekly strategy? You do that. In addition to that, so when I started doing that, it was difficult to track because some people still They'll wait till the end of the week or beginning of the week before they do anything. I now introduce something called daily check-in. So every day, every morning, what are the top 3 things you're going to be working on this morning? You type it. Just type it in our chat. So let me just show you guys our chats, what our chat looks like. I may have to okay, I may have to expose some things, but let me open the chat first before I share that. So every morning, everybody now comes and just write top three tasks for the day. So you write it 1, 2, 3. If I look at the task and it's not a priority based on what we are doing that week, I will dispute. No, you cannot be working on this. Nah, you cannot be working on this. Please update, add this or add that, or remove this or remove that. And that's how we are not able to track what everybody is doing every single day, without necessarily just being on their neck. So we are not following you up to say, oh, you have to do this, but that also gives them the ginger to want to work. That gives them the motivation to want to say, I've written down my own. At the end of the day, I'm supposed to mark what I have done and what I have not done. So let me try to just open up. Just trying to open the chat and go through so that people will not see all our messages that we are seeing in our company. Nah. Uh, it's still loading. Oh my god, why is this thing loading slow? So I'm trying to show you guys what that looks like. Mm, okay. Uh, oh my god, what's happening? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know in the chat if you can hear. Sapphire, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Is everything I'm saying, is it making sense?
Oh, definitely. Yes. I really like the getting them to bring in their own strategy, because then they have to just take responsibility, and it also gives them, the opportunity to push themselves and do more than they even think that they are capable of. So I really like that particular one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm struggling to open my team chat. I don't know why it's not opening. No. Village people. Village people don't want me to show you people. Oh, the village people don't want me to show you people. Okay, so when I figure out the opening, I'll show you guys what it's like. Like it's not loading up. The messages are not loading. I don't know why. Village people say hello, rest. Okay, we'll come back. Let that not delay. So amazing. So literally, you just have to every morning you write the top 3 things you're doing for that day. At the end of the day, you come and then you type what you've been able to achieve out of those top 3 things. There can be more than three, but I just want to know like the top 3 things. What you've been able to achieve, you tick them. Then every Friday you are doing two. What are you doing that Friday? Then at the end, in the evening of Friday, what are you able to do that week? So it's not like a constant. It's a rule in the company. It's not like, oh, you forget. Nobody is forgetting because there's somebody that's always reminding us. That's always typing it in the morning. So the online business manager, now the online business manager now know that it is our job every morning to type, okay, hello guys, good morning, happy new week. Please drop the top 3 things you are doing for the day in the chat. At the end of the day, okay, everybody submit what you've been able to achieve for the day, and you type and then you drop it. So it's not like, oh, you will forget. So that's why you need to be able to identify what each person is doing. The person who is sending the reminders already know that this is part of our daily routine. It is part of my daily routine to remind everybody to do this. And with the software that we use, with the platform that we use for our chat, you can even schedule messages. So you can schedule messages where you don't have to worry about forgetting. So you can just wake up this week and schedule all the reminder messages you want to schedule Monday to Friday, and you schedule them. So that's another thing again that we have. We use Click. So Zoho Click. We don't use WhatsApp. We use Zoho Click for that. And that just happens. I've noticed that now this gives them responsibility. A new thing that I just added as well is when, for example, I have the 2 interns and I have advertising and funnel manager, and then I have 2 interns, advertising and funnel interns. When the funnel interns are doing anything, they have to submit it to the advertising manager. She has to review it. After she has reviewed and made corrections before I now come in, we have the creative content writer, and then we have the social media content intern. The social media content editor comes up with ideas, writes stuff, and send it to the creative writer to review before it gets to me. So anything I'm now reviewing is like you've gone through it. So you think this idea, do you really approve this idea? Does it make sense? So there's also a form of collaboration in the team, and then also there is a form of responsibility. And then the online business manager, she's not a content writer or anything, but she also proofreads for any grammatical error because they know that I hate grammatical errors. Like it is my pet peeve. We even have in the code of conduct that if you make certain errors too much, we will fine you and remove it from your salary. Yes. And we implement it, so it's not like it's a joke. I'm trying to still open this chat and see if it will open up. I don't know why it's not, this particular chat is not opening, Sha. Okay, it has opened. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys. Okay, I'll just show you guys what that looks like. I have to stop sharing here, and then I'll share this other window. I have to share like my entire screen for this to work. Let's do that real quick. So this is my group chat. This was on Friday, so we only work Monday to Friday, by the way. So this was the end of the day. If you see the time that this was sent, you can see that it's what's the time? Is the time showing here? Did they show the time? Okay, they did show time, but it was in the evening. So now this is what this person worked. It's more than 7, it's more than 3, but at least this person wrote 8 here and ticked out like all the things they've been able to do. Or submit my presentation ongoing, not be able to finish it. So we can now ask, like, why didn't you finish it? What's the problem? Is it light issue, or do you need help? Do you need that? And then we'll follow up like that. You see, everybody was dropping there, so it's not just this person. This person also dropped their own. These are only 3 things that they wrote. Oh, pending. Write an email for the business structure, pending. So we had to now follow. Why is it pending? Why have you not done it? Right. So that's just how that works. Like really, um, yeah. So that's for that. Let's go back to the conversation. So that's how you can actually make your team be more own their responsibility and be more productive, and you also create time for yourself to do other things. So yeah, do you have any question for me or anything else? Do you have any question for me, Sapphire?
All right, just concerning the software you mentioned, if you don't mind. I haven't heard of Zoho Click before, and I
Okay.
wanted to ask, so people use like Slack. I'm not even a fan of like WhatsApp because it has limitations, but people use
Mm-hmm.
Slack. We use Google Chat, so it has like spaces and chats. But I
Mm-hmm.
was just curious as to why Zoho Click, or if there are any certain
Okay, so
advantages.
okay. All right, cool. So I was using Google Chat before, then I got banned, and then also there were some limitations with the Google Chat and stuff. So with the Zoho Click, why I pay every month, by the way. Yes, I think it's about for the number of my team. We are 9. I think I pay about 8K or something every month. So it's not free. And Google Chat is free. I was using Google Chat before I moved. The reason why I moved from Google Chat, I will not lie, is I was banned. They banned all my emails from Google Chat. I don't know why. I appealed and appealed. They did not give me back. So I was not looking for something else. I didn't want to use Slack, so I saw the Zoho Click. It was actually one of the company where I was working. I can customize it. As you can see, it has my brand colors. All of these were customizable. I have my brand colors there. I have my logo here. And everybody here is using their DCC emails. So if I open this person details, for example, you will see their DCC emails. So you see that is their DCC email that they are using to access this. So Deborah at digitalcreatorchick.com. So you can see that they are using their professional email there. Then
For
also,
some reason, I can't
um,
see your.
you can't see my screen. Can anybody else see my screen?
No, I can see you
Can
speaking, but
anybody
your
see my
screen is
screen?
showing.
It's on the screen now.
Ah, then maybe it's from my end then.
Can you guys see my screen? Wait, let me remove it and add it back. Hold on. Yes, can see the screen. Can you see the screen I scan? I I don't understand. No, I really okay. Can you see my screen now? Is it Sapphire? Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Oh wow, that's strange. Uh, wow, let me start again. That's strange. Okay, can you see it now?
It's still loading, so I just see the loading sign, but it hasn't come up yet.
Oh wow, wow, that's strange. Wait, how are you going to do this one now? I can't see your screen. Wow, interesting. Okay, let me see if I can log on my. But you were seeing the other ones where I showed you my 2024 plan and all, right?
Yes, we saw the
Were
ones
you
on
seeing
Google
that?
Docs. Those ones were showing.
Okay, let me.
Yes.
Okay, let me try to log in on this browser and see if it will work. Um, I was trying to use another browser and sharing my entire screen, so that's strange. So let me sign in and let me sign in on this browser so that it will be easier to share. Uh, okay, what's our password? Okay, wait, I sent a one-time password. Okay. This one is going to be. I'm trying to get like the one-time password. I want to log in here so that I can just share that screen so you people can see. Um. Ooh, I'm not getting the code. Ooh. Let me use the authentication app. Yeah. Let me use. Let's move on, please. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move on. So, but basically, why I use Zoho Click is because number one, I can customize. I can use my own. I can use my own personal I can use my own personal logo and colors and everything. I can add, phone numbers of employees there. So for example, if an employee is inactive, you can just go to their profile, call them on phone with their phone number. They can use their professional DCC emails there. Also, we can do live calls. Our meetings are actually inside the app. The meetings are being recorded, whether it's audio meeting, you can directly call somebody as well. You can share slides, like you can schedule messages. So let's say, like sometimes my EA schedule all the messages he sent to me early in the morning. I can just get a message around 7 a.m. Hello, boss, these are all your tasks today. And they've all been scheduled by my EA on the platform. So there are so many benefits, and that's why I use it. So even though I'm paying every month about 8,000 naira, and also I have my graphic designer and my video editor there, they are not part of the DCC team full time, but I'm able to invite them in with their Gmail. So they don't have a DCC email address, but I use their Gmail to add them as guests. So we have the design department, and you can create like different groups. You can create different groups and channels and subgroups, and different people will be inside there doing their thing without it looking chaotic. So yeah, so that's why I use the Zoho Click. Okay, I think I've gotten the code now. I think I can get in now. 2765. So I don't know, Sapphire, does that explain it?
Oh, yes, it does. Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll go ahead and check it out.
You are, yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. So let me see if the Zoho Click is now open. Yeah, it's open now. So let me just quickly share it and so you can see how that looks like. So let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. So can you see my screen now? I think you should be able to see it now.
I think it's still coming up. It's showing the loading sign.
Wow, that's
But
weird.
I mean,
What's going on now?
if it doesn't show, we can just go ahead. Then I'll go check it out after now.
All right. Okay, no problem at all. No problem. All right. Thank you, Sapphire. Anybody else want to come? Okay. I think Ada and Intimacy Masters they want to come up. Thank you, Sapphire. Do you have any other question? I hope this explains what I mean by the structure. So let's go on into the
Oh yeah.
presentation. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah. Take care. So we're going to go on into the presentation. I hope that my screen is sharing because this is not going to be nice at all if my screen is not sharing. Your browser has lost connection to the screen share. Try sharing your screen again or restart the browser. Okay. Why is this acting up? Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen because it's looking like my screen was not coming up. So let me know if it's up now. Yeah, I think it's up now. Can you guys see it now? Is it showing? Oh my god, this is crazy. Holy Spirit of God. Okay. It's not showing though. I can see your video, your screen is loading. Wow, that's strange. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Um, I'm bringing Adora up to the stage so that we can work on Adora's own case study and then so you guys can see this time. Adora, can you hear me? Hi. Hi, Adora. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Eloho. Thank you for bringing me up.
Okay, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. I don't know why my screen is still not showing. That's weird. Oh my god, this is okay. I don't know. All right, so which one are you going for? Is it the personal or which one are you going for? Personal or business? Adora, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh my
Personal.
god. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so walk me through what's like the biggest challenge for you personally? Let's
Yes,
see
I
that.
can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Personal.
So what's the challenge for the personal?
Yeah, so I think it was more of balancing everything, and a lot of what you have said now, along with what Sapphire said about about her team, has really fleshed out a lot of what I need to do concerning a team. I think I just need to put out what I need in my business and now turn it into. I think I'm
Can you
echoing.
leave the call on YouTube? Can you leave the call on YouTube? I think it's interfering.
Yes, I've done that. I think I'm echoing. So yeah, so the personal stuff is
Yeah, so
related
it's the
more
call on
to the
YouTube
lack
that is
of
making it to echo.
extra hands, enough extra hands. I have a page manager, and we do
But can you hear us
ideation
now?
together. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me now? We can see your screen now. Hello.
Yes, I can. So you can go on.
Okay, so my questions will be bordering on both personal and the business because they are intertwined.
You can go on, Adora.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was saying, when you list out the things your business needs and you're able to link it with the kind of people you need for the business to grow beyond just yourself. So I think over time I've been overwhelmed because I'm doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Ideation, content creation, video editing. Sometimes I share it with my page manager, who by the way is very, very helpful. And I think over time we have overextended ourselves, and the team now needs to grow beyond that. So I want to ask, at what point do you now, okay, this business needs business needs this, we need this, especially when the business cannot yet cover to pay for those separate needs, those separate different roles, because you have to pay them well. If you're saying you need a community manager, you we need to hire a video editor, and most people who do graphics design will tell you they can't do graphics design and video editing together, meaning you are splitting those two roles again. Then page managers will tell you they cannot run adverts. How do you go around that? How do you go around, not when you are working with a limited budget, hiring specifically for the roles needed, and they will do that thing very well?
Hmm. Okay. I think that's a very interesting question. That's a very, very interesting question. So I'll start with the graphics designer and the video editor. I think I mentioned earlier that I have a graphics designer and video editor in my team, but they are not full-time staff. So there are some months where I don't do plenty design and I don't need to pay them. So our agreement is based on the number of designs. So for my graphics design, we have a payment agreement for 40 designs. So when he has designed 40 designs, this is how much I'm going to be paying. But these days, sometimes we don't even wait up to 40 design again before I pay. But when we started then, we have to design 40 designs. Sometimes it might take 2 months for us to design 40 designs and then I pay. The same thing goes for the video person. We have an agreement on the number of videos he edits for me to pay. So I did not hire a full-time video editor because I know that there's sometimes, like the whole of November, I did not do any video. So I didn't do any video editing work. He only edited one video and I just paid for that one video, right? So that's one thing in terms of the graphics designer and the video editor. You don't need to have them full time where you have to pay them full time salaries. It can be an agreement. If it means you toning down the if it means you toning down the number of videos you can do for that month and the number of designs, you can tone it down. And then just pay what you can and just get them to do at least whatever thing they're going to be. Let it just be quality. That's the most then for employing people who can do the work because you have limited resources. When I started, right, before when I started hiring team members, I hire people who are multi-dimensional, who can do like multiple things, just like myself. So I didn't hire like, oh, you're a social media manager. When I'm putting out my social media management role, I put the requirements. That's why you have to be specific with what you're looking for. It is okay for people to say, oh, this is a lot of work, but you will get somebody who can do the work, and that payment that you're paying them for that time can work for them. There's always somebody for you. I always say that. You're not somebody who have the time to train anybody right now, so I will not say look for interns. So look for somebody, write out your job description, but let's not also be outrageous with it. But I believe that you can get a social media manager who will be able to do advertising. Yes, social media manager who understands. So instead of saying you're looking for a social media manager, look for a social media marketer, somebody who can do social media marketing. So you can, post on social media, do advertising, and come up with ideas that we can use to push our products and the brand on social media. That can be like the responsibilities for the social media manager. One person can do two people's role. Before now, the same person that was doing creative writer is the person that is doing other things. But now I've been able to split them and even have interns under them as well, right? But then one person can do up to two, three things, and you also come in to support them. With the place that you are right now, you don't just need a social media manager who will just be collecting content from you and putting. You need somebody who can come in. So I now struggle with sitting down and doing video content myself because I don't even have the time. So sometimes when I think of how I would do it by myself, I get discouraged and I don't do it. So when I was hiring a content intern, one of the requirements was that you have to be in Lagos because all my team are remote and they're not in Lagos. Is that you have to be in Lagos and be ready to make yourself available at least once a month. Make yourself available. Yes, I'll cover your tea fare and other things, but you have to make yourself available once a month for content shooting and all that. So that was part of what I added to the requirements when I was selecting the content intern. So you are the one who can make that decision and make that requirement available. And anybody that falls into it that feel like they can do it, then they come in. It's not like after they come in, you're not trying to make them fit into what you want them to do. No. You look for that person, and until you get that person, you're not going to settle for, oh, let's just settle for somebody and just move on. No. You want something that will be efficient, not the one that you will be going back and forth. I don't know if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. Totally
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
So
that's what you
please,
can do in terms of tips. Yeah.
okay, thank you so much. This has like lifted up a huge burden and given so much clarity. Then another thing I need is in terms of um putting ideas down to strategy and implementation. What are the things that have helped you so far in terms of like resources, people, or places for I need content studio that is on the mainland. I don't want to travel to island. I know of Jack Bell Studio. I've used there several times, but the distance is
It's on the
far.
island,
So
yeah.
I need like, yeah, so like content studios on the mainland, video editors and things like that. So I plan ahead. Like, how do you really
Mm-hmm.
plan ahead around your multidimensional part? Because now I have a physical warehouse where I'm doing cargo and export. I still want to fine tune my training for next year where it runs on auto sort of, but maybe there can be more of live sessions every weekend. But I want to onboard more people in trainings over time. And then I have other businesses that are offline. So it's just, I don't know, work life
I think the
balance.
first thing that you need, you need
I
an
need an
active
EA.
EA. Yes. Somebody who will manage you. That one is not even on. You need that person. Like somebody that is really good that will manage you. You need that person first. That was the first step I took when I had my day job, my business, my this. I wanted to run mad. I had to go and look for an E. And I'm so thankful for Zipporah. I keep singing her praises everywhere. Even now, she's doubling as the community manager for the Grow Connect, and she's doing like really well. She's also my online business manager. When she came in, I brought her in as the EA and online business manager. I was like, you have to manage me and manage the team. Make sure that everybody's doing their work while they're hired. And me, make sure that me, I'm doing my stuff. Sometimes she gets on my nerves, like sending me reminders, oh boss, this is this. And every time she's always coming. If the strategy we are doing, if like the way she's trying to follow me up is not effective, she keep coming to ask, boss, which other way can we do this so that you are productive, so that you follow through with this, so that you do this, you do that. You need an effective EA, an efficient one at that. that can manage. So you can have an EA that doubles as EA and online business. Let them know that you manage me and manage every other person on the team. So you can have one team if the businesses that you're doing are intertwined. You can have one team and have like different teams for them. But I want you to separate the business into different parts. Have your
Hmm.
marketing team. So marketing team, like everybody here is involved in pushing this business. I have people who are working in operations. So, like for example, operations in sense of in your warehouse, you have people who are focused on making sure that everything that's happening in the warehouse happens. Like, oh, somebody's orders, goods go out, orders go out, they pack, they do this, they do that. Don't give those people the burden of marketing. Just have your marketing team. I think like the biggest thing, your marketing team and online social media team, have them. Your EA can, be the one manage the online business manager can manage them. Then you can have a physical manager that is managing every other people that is working physically in your warehouse. Since I'm using warehouse now. So your marketing team can be pushing the warehouse online and all that. Also coming up with strategy for your classes and your trainings. So the ideal people you need for the marketing team, if you don't have a community yet, you need somebody who can do social media marketing, not a social media manager. Somebody who can do social media marketing, so they can do content, they can do advertising, come up with marketing ideas to push your stuff, right? And you can then you need a graphic designer and a video editor. They can also have like graphics design skills in case some small designs that you will not need a designer for. So sometimes what I do with my designer, there are certain things that we have like recurring templates. I just meet my
Template.
designer and say, this thing, I don't want you to be doing this for me every month. I don't have that money to pay you. Just do a template that every month my team can always go inside that template, tweak the template, like our blog now. Our blog post, for example, the designer just did the template once. So every week when the creative writer is uploading the blog, she's just changing the title and changing the images on the template that the designer has done. If we get bored and tired of that template, we'll go back and tell designer to do another template for us. So that's has save us like a whole lot of money in paying for 4 cover designs every month, because we do 4 blog posts every month. Then for community, for example, we have birthday templates, we have um, community member of the month, elite of the month template. Even this TGC live, we did a template. So every month, every week, when we are doing all those things, I don't need to keep going back to him. So you need to have those things that are constant, that you just need to be changing the details, and then your editor just only edits the key things that are fresh and new every week, every month. So that's what I do in terms of the editors and all of that. Like, and we're also managing funds and budgets. That's so you need a social media marketer. Write down the roles of social media marketer. You want the person to have at least cover design and video editing idea is a plus. But even though you have a video editor and this one, but they should be able to collaborate, understand how to come up with marketing ideas, creative content ideas. And if the person is in Lagos, even more beautiful, because you need them to come at least once a month to create content with you. You have a baby. You cannot be the one thinking of content all by yourself all the time. It's a lot. So you're trying to man over time, you can now, break it down and have like a content person separately. But for now, for the start, you need one person who can double as that thing, because you don't then create your structure. What is the regular things that must be happening in this business in terms of marketing? On social media, this must be happening every week. We must boost post every week. It should be documented and written down in a document. We must do this every week. So I have that like I showed to you guys, I have that here, right? Everybody must go out every first and third Friday. This must go out. Second Friday, this must go out. Last Friday, then look at it. Even TGC Live is here. Second Sunday of the month, send branding clinic reminders and encourage them to join. This covers the branding clinic and the TGC Live. We must send these emails and these reminders to let people know that this thing is happening. You received WhatsApp reminders or you received an email to join this to join this TGC Live. to join this call, right? Those are already things that are here as our regular business activities. It must happen. It just have to happen. So you just have to document this. It might look like a lot of work, or it might look like, oh, it's just something basic. It's not just write it down. That simple write it down is going to save you a whole lot. That simple is not just write it down. We save you a whole lot to be a document that everybody will be going through. So if you look at our team chat, everybody will be, and your market. So you need the core team: social media marketer, the video editor, and the graphic designer. So video editor, graphic designer can be part-time based on the number of designs and graphics. Then you need an EA and online business manager that will now be managing all these things to ensure that it happens. So for example, graphics design, I don't review graphic design anymore. Once I've come up with the content idea, I still create content for Instagram. So Instagram is where I create content, and my team takes and then spread across other platforms. So once I create content for Instagram and I put it there, is the online business manager and the content intern, they will be the one to follow up to make sure that the design is ready, and they say it is ready, go and post. Once I shoot video, for example, we upload it on a Google Drive. I don't know what the video editor is doing, correcting the videos, all the mistake, grammatical errors, this one, that one. I don't know what's happening there. Is the online business manager and the content intern that will follow through and ensure that there's no grammatical error. Once it's ready, they send me the link. Oh, this is the Google Drive link, and then I'll go and post it on Instagram. Then every other person will go and post on LinkedIn, post on TikTok, on Twitter, and just spread it across the distribution channels that we have. So it takes a lot of work from you. It will take time building these structures and these processes, but you have to start working on it. So an EA, an online business manager, social media marketing person, and then your videographer and graphics designer have their job description and have the agreement, and then create your regular business activities. Things that happen. So you can also say that once in a month we shoot videos. Is that's video shoot day once in a month. You can have either a consistent day, or the day can change every month, but you have it in your documentation that once every month we must shoot videos, right? And then every week you have weekly calls with your social media, even if it's just one person that is on your team. Even if it's just one person that is on your team, you have weekly call with the social media person every week. And then to strategize for the week, strategize for the month, and make sure that everybody is on the same page. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Are we following, guys? Has this been interesting so far? Are you guys learning? We spent an hour plus doing case study, and we've not even done the main cocoa explanation. Are we following? Please let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat. Are we following? Let me know in the chat. You can share this link to somebody who is not here. Let them come and join. They're going to learn a lot of things. Right? You're already learning so much, so I believe that they will learn a lot as well. Please kindly subscribe to the channel as well. We're going to be sharing more. The live sessions are not the only things that we do here. We also share insightful videos and stuff every week. So what are the dangers of not having structures? I think we've already mentioned them. Inconsistent outcome, burnout, team frustration, stagnation, right? Those are some dangers of not having structures in your business. So we've done case studies, so I'm not just going to go over case studies again. We've done a lot of case studies, and we spent a lot of time doing case studies, right? But just imagine that you're running your business where no one knows what to do without your input. Every day will feel like firefighting, and you're left with no time for strategic growth. That's the cost of not having structures. So you might think that, oh, I don't have money to pay this person. You might think you don't have money to pay this person, but the cost of actually not setting up the structure and getting the people who help you get something done is much more than what it will cost you to actually pay people to do the work. There's sometimes in my business, every some months that I don't make profits. I use all the money to pay people, pay my I don't make profit from the activities that we're doing. It's either my side gigs or referrals and other stuff that's not bringing money. But the activities that we're doing does not necessarily bring in profit some months, but I still pay them because we have to do those. It is those activities that is even making those referrals to work. That consistency, I still have to pay them. Um, I don't do revenue sharing model. I pay salaries every month. How much do I typically spend? Around, I'm not going to say everything, but I have 3 interns. So I have 3 interns, and then I have 3 full-time staff. So plus the intern and 3 full-time staff, I spend typically like, let's say, 290K every month on salaries. That's consistently. That does not include designs and videos. So there are sometimes I'll have to pay video editor over 100 and something K, pay video graphics designer over 100 and something K. So sometimes some months I can spend up to 500K. But if we don't have plenty videos and um, and designs that we've done for that month, maybe we can spend like 350. So, but if we remove videographer and graphics designer on constant, at least I pay like 290 every month. So the interns, I just give them stipend for now, so they are just interns. Remember, I just have 3 full-time staff. I don't know what you want to divide, but 290. No, I think no, it's not 290. I think 300 or 350. But when we pay designer and all of that, sometimes I spend up to 500K a month paying salaries. Yeah. So that's that. I hope that answers your question. Adora, do you have any other question for me?
Oh, I really, really appreciate you giving me so much clarity. Thank you.
Amazing. You're welcome. All right, cool. So yeah, I hope we've learned 1 or 2 things from Adora's, case study and Sapphire's case study. I hope we've learned 1 or 2 things. Informatic design. So I'm thinking towards interns also to at least for a start. I'm also considering getting a video editor. Yes, get a video editor. Yeah, interns are good, but again, you have to train them. It's not just getting intern and using interns like they are actual employees. You have to train them as well. Let them see value in the internship that you're doing with you. So my interns are learning, right? I just brought them in November. I was busy the whole of November, so I couldn't train them directly, but they were learning from people who have already been here. And one thing in my team, if you join my team, I have onboarding materials. We have resources that you are asked to go and watch and learn. So even if you're not learning directly from me, you're watching those videos, you're learning from those resources and all of that. I'll show you guys my workspace, how my workspace looks like before we wrap up this whole presentation today. All right, cool. If you have questions, you can be dropping them in the chat. Share this link with somebody, let them come and learn. Definitely training them is Kisha. Yes, if you don't train them, they are going to do anything that they like, and then you'll not be complaining and saying that they don't know what they are doing. Oh, they are doing rubbish. Why would they not do rubbish? They will do rubbish now. I mean, what do you expect? Exactly. So you have to also ensure that you are training them as well. So if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Um, Share this link with somebody to join because there's still so much they're going to learn as we are here. All right. So now let's talk about personal life workflow. I think I've shared my workflow for my personal life before now, but I'm just also going to like now go into it. Where's the first thing if you want to do your personal life workflow? If you want to create a workflow for your personal life, you have to identify your priorities. What are the priorities in your life right now? So I know Adora, I know Adora has a baby. So her baby is a priority, her family is a priority, right? That means if you're creating your personal work life flow, you need to identify your priorities. You have to care for your baby. You have to care for your husband. Yes. So you need to identify like those core things you have to do for them every single day or do with them every single day and every single week. That is non-negotiable. So if family time is something that is very important for you, you can pick a day every week that you guys will be having family time and you block it out on your calendar. Yes. You literally block it out. Then prayer time. I know Adora too. She's a spiritual person. So let's say you want to put prayer time, put other. So what are those non-negotiable? You need to identify them, right? So for me, my non-negotiable for my personal life, remember this is a personal life workflow, is my prayer, my gym. I don't joke with my gym. My day job is a priority every single day because that's part of my personal life. Even though it's my career, I do not tie it to my business. It's part of my like my personal life because that's my personal career, right? Yes, it allows flexibility to scale. Then another thing that is priority for me is my sleep. So my sleep is priority. So I put that as well. My study time, studying my Bible is also priority. I also put that as well. So those are the things that I now create alarms for every single day because those are like the top things. Any other thing that is now around my personal life are now secondary, like going to the spa, like taking a day off or doing some, those ones are on my calendar. They are not in my alarm. So it's just the key ones that I will not put in my alarm. So time blocking. So block time in your calendar for key activities like workouts, personal growth, family time, and hobbies. So example from 7. So this is what I'm going to show you guys my calendar. What my calendar looks like. Today is Sunday. My calendar is mostly free on Sundays. But you can see TGC Live is here. And then hold on. Okay, this is no, this is not my, this is not the actual calendar. This calendar is wrong. Is this the calendar I'm using? Ah. Okay, this is the calendar I'm using now. Why is it looking weird? Hold on. Um, why is it not showing everything that's supposed to show? Why the thing go to be now? Supposed to show like everything that is on my calendar. Let me see. I have stuff on my calendar today now. Okay, TGC Live is there. Oh, I have to tap on the day to see it. Oh, sorry. So you see TGC Live. TGC Live is on my calendar for today, Sunday, right? You can see that. Then Monday. Oh, okay. So focus work session 7:30 to 11:30. That's when I do my focus work. You can see every Monday. My Mondays are always crazy. I have 9 to 10 a.m. Team lead. That's where I work my day job. 9 to 10 a.m. Then 10 to 11 a.m. Then I have some videos I want to shoot tomorrow as well. So I add that here as well. Then I have my weekly strategy meeting with my team, 11 to 12:30. Even though I don't show up every day, even though I don't show up all the time for this weekly strategy call, it's still on my calendar so that when I'm ready to show up, I can show up. And my clients will not be able to book any of this time. So Mondays are always very chaotic for me. Like if you check my calendar for clients, I'm not getting any clients that Monday. Then review with my CEO. Then my gym time is here as well, 5 to 7:30. Right? This is here. I have like multiple calendars. So I have another calendar where I have like my church time. The reason why that's not here, so I have like 2 calendars that I work with, and they are all sync with my booking. So if you look at my Tuesday is December 7th, you can see my focus blockout time is constant. My daily stand-up, marketing stand-up, then I have my gym. Then that's for this calendar. Then I have this calendar where I have my prayer time and every other thing already inside the calendar. My church time is also in the calendar as well. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So you can see church time. This is my second calendar. Church time. This is Sunday, right? This is Sunday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I just put it God time. I just say okay, Sunday. That's what I'm doing on Sundays. My prayer time is 8 to 9 p.m. is here as well in my calendar. Then Mondays, you see prayer time. I set this one up in a different calendar. But this calendar got blocked by Google before. They just released it now, but it's still sync on my phone. So the only thing that you will see here on this particular calendar is my church time and prayer time, church time and prayer time. Prayer time every day, 8 to 9. You see that? It's on my calendar. Then yesterday, I had a lot of things to do yesterday, and they were all on my calendar. So if you look at December 30th, so I had my friend's birthday, Fiona's birthday. Yesterday was her birthday, so I put all my friend's birthday on my calendar as well. I lock it out. Is here. Speaking engagement I had 9 to 3. Then my friend's birthday celebration party was here as well. I block it out from my calendar so I cannot do anything else with anybody. Then next Saturday, you will also see that I have a lot of things. I have a meet and greet. There's a program manager stuff I'm doing. We have like a call. Then MBCH monthly accountability meetup is also here on my Saturday. So my Saturday next week is already blocked as well. Then we have a church program starting on the 12th. You can see it on my calendar too. Reboot Camp 2024 starting on the 12th, 3:30. On the 13th as well, you see Reboot Camp there. You see gym time. You see Pro Keep daily stand up. You see the Progress Lab weekly meeting, like all the different things. Reboot Camp is also here on Saturday. So this is the only thing I'm doing the whole of 14th. Reboot Camp. Nothing else is here. The whole of 14th, I'm locked out. So if anybody wants to book my calendar, they cannot book it because I'm not available, right? Then we have 15 Sunday. Reboot Camp is still there. Then we have 16. My whole calendar is filled up again. Repeat like that, like that. So if there's anything out of the order that I need to do, it's here. So my team meetings, So Thursdays we have DCC midweek team meetings and all that. So all of this are set up in my calendar. So if I need to see any of my friends, I don't have my friends schedule in my calendar yet, but I renew it every week. So like today's Sunday now, I'm going to review my entire can you guys see my screen? I'm not seeing your calendar. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing has started again. This thing has started again. After all the things that I've been saying since. Wow. So people cannot see my calendar. That's strange. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just seeing your message. Okay. But yeah, so that's how I book it. So like today's Sunday now, after this session, I'm going to sit down and then look at what I have planned for this week. Do I need to show up for any of my friends this week? Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen now? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm sharing again. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. Amazing. All right, cool. It's so sad that you guys were not sharing, we're not seeing my screen, but yeah. So this is a calendar, how my calendar looks like. Everything is here. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just showing you exactly what it looks like. My friend's birthday and all that. You can see all of them here. So all of my friends' birthday are in my calendar, right? Everything that I need to do. So if I have to hang out with my friends, I I review my week for that month. I review my week every Sunday, and then I add anything. So for example, this week now I'm going to look through my calendar. I'm not going to look through my week today, and I'm not going to decide what is going to be on my calendar for my friends, for my family, and any other engagement I'm going to have, maybe speaking engagement or anything at all that I need to block out of my calendar. So that way, when somebody goes to book me or anything, they will not see it on my calendar. Yes, they will not see it on my calendar. So I have a booking link here that if you go and try to book this link, for example, it will not show you um oh my god, I'm trying to oh sorry, this is the wrong link. Oh, I copied the wrong link. Okay, I copied the wrong link. Copied the wrong link. So let me share this. So I'm trying to book call now. You will see that those days are cancelled out. They are not here. So Friday 6th, 7th is not there. 13th and 14th is the reboot camp. Thursday, you can see that from 3 o'clock is the highest I can have any conversation, because from 3:30 is reboot camp and nothing else is happening, right? So if you look at my Mondays, you can see that my Mondays 3 p.m. is not free. From morning till 12:45, I'm not free. And from 2:30, that's the max, because from 3 p.m. I have other things that I'm doing. So I linked all my calendars that are booked with this. So when a client is trying to book a call with me, they can only see the time that I have on my calendar. So I don't just book call manually. Even my EA have access to my calendar, yes. So my EA have access to my calendar. If if somebody wants to book a call with me, I can say, okay, speak to my EA. She will fix a time on the calendar. She will go and look at my calendar and see if I have any free time. If I don't have any free time on that day, she will know what day to put it in. So she has access to my calendar as well, right? So that's also another thing that, in terms of calendar, how I've been able to fix that for my personal life. So you time block and do all of that too. I also use alarms, but I only use alarm for the things that are non-negotiable. My prayer time, my gym time, my sleep time, my study time, and what else? My daily meetings at my day job. Those are the things that are non-negotiable that I set alarm for. Every other thing, I don't set alarms, but I also do occasional alarms. So if I don't want to forget something, maybe I want to sleep or I'm doing something, I might get engrossed in that work, I can just do a one-time alarm for that day and move on. So yeah, so that's that. Weekly reviews, like I said, every Sunday I plan my week ahead. I look at what I need to add to my calendar and I add it to my calendar and I lock it. I use automation app. So I use Google Calendar. So for my Google Calendar, I have a settings that has already been set on my Google Calendar. So if I'm trying to create something, I'm trying to create an event, for example, on my Google Calendar, there is already an automated what they call it, automated reminder allocation, like reminder emails that will be sent. You can see 4 notification. I already have 4 notifications set. Is automatic. I set it up in the settings. So I need to get 10 minutes before reminder, 30 minutes before, 30 minutes before, 1 day before as an email. For my friend's birthday, I customize the reminders in a way where I can get reminder like a week before. So let me go to birthdays. How do I even search for birthdays? Let me see if I remember any of, is many of my friends doing birthday in December? No. Let me go to March. I think somebody's doing birthday in March. No, is it March? I can't even remember. I think it's second, third. Let me see if any of my friends is doing birthday in March. On phone, I will just see the dots and see where the birthday is. I'm not seeing. Why not remember anybody birthday like this? God, why not remember anybody birthday again? July. I know my friends have birthday in this month, but I can't remember the detail. Okay. Anyways, let me see. I can't remember. I wanted to like just show you how I set 1 week reminder before. I set 1 week reminder. I can't find. I can't find them. That's weird. I can't find the days that the birthday is happening. I can't find the days. Oh, hey, my God. Hey, wait, I'll find it. I must find it. I must find it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I just want to show, I don't know, I just like to share everything that I have without hiding anything from you guys so that you can see that these are actually practical stuff and they are not play. Okay. I think March 5th. March what calendar is this? Okay. I think this is not the calendar that I set it on. No. This is not the calendar I set it on. I think this is the calendar that I set it on. So I have 2 calendars. So why is it not here? Okay, my fave's birthday. So my fave's birthday, I saved this here, and you can see 1 week before as an email, so that when they send the email 1 week before, I can start planning for a gift or something, right? 1 hour before, 30 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before, so that I don't forget. That's what I do for like all the birthdays that I have for my friends and my loved ones. Once I'm getting to know you and you're my friend, I just set your birthday on my calendar so that I do not forget. So if somebody wants to take this out on a date now, we'll have to be on the calendar. Yes, it has to be on the calendar. I have to set it out on the calendar. If I don't put it on the calendar, then that is definitely not happening. I have to put it on the calendar, yes. So everything has to be on that calendar. If I had to have a call with my friend, we used to schedule calls. So I am my best friend. We always schedule calls. So when we want to have like a scheduled call, what happened is we have an agreement. Oh, we have a call at 8 p.m. So sometimes we even schedule, if we're using Google Meet, we schedule the call on Google Meet. But if we're not scheduling it on Google Meet, I'll add it to my calendar and set an alarm, set an alarm for that time so that I don't miss it. And then we have a WhatsApp call. I schedule all my calls. Yes, there are some that are impromptu because anything can happen. You might just want to talk impromptu. Yes. But major life update calls, we schedule them because adulting is not easy, guy. It's not easy to show up. You have to be intentional about that. You say you want to, okay. Automation tools, I've talked about that, right? Now let's talk about let's do an exercise. Let's do an exercise. Are we ready? Are we ready for the exercise? Let's do an exercise. Let's do an exercise. So for your personal life, you're going to make a list. Make a list of 3 activities that you struggle to keep consistent. Then you're going to schedule these activities in your calendar with alarms for the next week. So are we ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Make a list. Let's just do 3 on this call. After this call, you go back and make more lists. So make a list. Are you ready? 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 Oh yeah, oh, type in the chat. Where are you people? Are you people ready? If you look at my November, you will see that I had a crazy November. You can see. You see all the crazy things I had, packed in November. I had like a really crazy November, as you can see. Like it was really, really packed. From this 10 to here, it was extremely packed. I survived November. Oh my God. So are we ready? You people are not talking in the chat, so you people should answer me. People should type. Make a list of 3 things that you struggle to stay consistent with, and then you're going to schedule them on this call. Schedule them in your calendar. If you don't have Google Calendar, download the app on your phone. If you have a Gmail, you already have a Google Calendar account. Just download the Google Calendar and log in with your Gmail and just set it there. All right, great. Great. Google is your friend. Yes, Google is your friend. So use your Google Calendar. You can make it recurring. You can make that thing recurring. So let's say you want to create, you can use it on your phone. My phone, I don't play with my Google Calendar on my phone. I downloaded the app. So give it a name. So let's say it's pray every day, prayer time. I used to give my stuff fancy names, especially those personal ones that are personal to me. Prayer time, and then I set the time. So let's say 8 p.m. So I say 8 p.m. So most time I even do 7:49. Uh, if you use phone, you can select your time in a more laptop always restrict you. But with phone, I can select 7:49. But here I can't do 7:49. 7:59 rather on phone. I can do 7:59. I use my phone more to do all this setup. Then you can repeat it. So if you want it to be repeat only weekly on Sundays, if you want to repeat daily on weekdays, you can do that as well. Me, I like to use my phone to set it up. So you can do custom, right? You can say Monday to Friday, right? You can say only on Sundays, only on Saturday. And if you want to add guests to this, you can add guests. If you're having people on your team that you want them to also have it in their calendar, you add them to it. If you want to add description, you can now put the visibility. Do you want it to show busy on your calendar or available? So if it's free, it means that if this event is on your calendar, other things can still block it. So maybe somebody can still book your external calendar or something. But busy means that nothing else can block it. This is what you're doing. You don't have time. So it's going to block out. So yeah, so that's how you set it up, and just do it recurring, or if it's one, so you have to make it recurring because it's something you have to keep doing all the time. Amazing. Okay, great. I see that some people have done theirs. Cool, cool, cool. So let's move on. So you do that even after the call and you complete it. So now let's talk about business workflow. Um, let's talk about business workflow. So define the roles and responsibility. If you have a team, whether you have a team or you don't have a team, you need to define your roles and responsibility. Yes, if you are the only one that is the team, you need to define the role. Before I started hiring people on my team, like I told Ada, you need to have departments, marketing departments, operations, finance, you need to be clear on the key areas that make up your business. So let's even remove team first. What are the key areas that make up your business that will make your business thrive? You have marketing. Under marketing, you have social media, you have content, you have video, you have email, you have the community, you have WhatsApp. What are the key things that makes up the marketing? Write them under, whether you're the one executing it or not. Then you look at your operations. What are your operations? So operations for me is the day-to-day running of my business. So like, what meetings do we have every week? Review meetings, strategy meetings every day. What is the review process in my team? Right? Or you have to review, you have to do this because I have a team. So if you don't have a team, just have your operations. What are the things under operations? Like, okay, under operations, um I have weekly review with myself where I sit down and review what I'm going to be doing for the week, right? I have to, set budgets for marketing every week or every month. I have to do this, I have to do that. You need to be able to tell. Then financing. Oh, I have the finance department. I need to have I use I use ProKeep for. I used to use the whole books before I now moved to ProKeep when I started working at ProKeep for my invoicing. So I send invoices to my clients. Every client that I get, I send an invoice. That's going to be part of the client delivery when I start explaining it. So there's a lot of work. But here, leave client delivery out of it first. What are the key things that will make your business run and function properly? You need to write them out. If you are a career person, this is where you say, what are the key things that will make me function properly in my role? So let's say you're a social media manager, for example, in a company. What are the key things that will make you function properly in your role? Oh, we need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. Oh, we need to have a dedicated workspace. Even if you're not the team lead, you can have that structure outlined and you can suggest it to your team lead so that it will make work easy for you. You see how this can work in any settings or in any scenario you find yourself. So once you've identified that, you create a standard operating procedure. Yes, standard operating procedure. We have SOPs for everything in my business. SOPs for everything. Let me show you guys my workspace. So this is onboarding. Let's go to okay, this is my team workspace. I don't know where the SOP is, but I'll just try and find it. I think it's under templates. It's under templates. So I'll just go to emails and templates. We have SOPs for everything. The key things, the key areas in my business. I'm going to show you what the SOPs look like. Is it here? Let me just search. No, it's not under here. It's under. Hold on. I think it's under administrative. It's under HR. Yeah, I remember. Then we have SOPs. Yeah. So we have SOPs for everything. For example, what are the key things that makes up my business and the key areas and the key department that I have? So we have the community manager SOP, for example. So community manager SOP, this community manager has to live and breathe this SOP. They have to always come here and look at it. So if you look at my community manager SOP, you can see that Monday morning, 8 a.m., opportunities and resources. Post the opportunity for you flyer and ensure it is HD with an upbeat greeting with the community. Share available opportunities and resources. Encourage members to share them further. Wednesday, 8 a.m., ask for help. Share the ask for help flyer in HD. This HD, I was so particular about it, and it changed. Third Thursday of the month, Elite Fair. Post Elite Fair flyer in the morning. Encourage members to participate. Third Sunday of the month, Elite of the month session. Hot seat session, 25 minutes. Peace session, teaching session, then quiz, 15 minutes. Elite of blah, blah, blah. The first runner up, all the details are here. Birthday celebration. Regularly check responses to the Elite data form to identify birthdays for the month. Before the birthday, ensure the Elite picture is available. If not, request it and add this picture to the birthday template. On the birthday, post the birthday template in the group chat and encourage everyone to celebrate and send wishes. Monthly responsibilities, engagement tracking. Use the TGC Elite of the Month tracker to monitor community interactions. So we have a tracker for Elite of the Month. How are we tracking that? Track reaction to posts, blah, blah, blah. Elite of the Month preparation, what is happening? TGC calendar preparation, TGC live planning 2 weeks before the session. So this session, we started planning 2 weeks before. Select the speaker from TGCC full interest and based on monthly focus area. Screen the speaker if we're having a speaker. Community maintenance. Always ensure all flyers and shared materials and HD share important. I did not create this SOP, by the way. The community manager created it and I reviewed and approved. Yes, that's how you make them take responsibility. So this is a link to all the Google Forms for the community. And this is a link to all the designs. This is a link to all the documents for the community. So this is SOP for our community. Are you guys following? Are you guys following? Are you guys following? You guys see how things become very easy and smooth because you have SOPs. So I didn't create that SOP. My community manager created it, but I reviewed it and approved. Right? Is this making sense, guys? Then we have the blog. We have the blog SOP, we have executive assistant, we have onboarding and offboarding SOP that we use to onboard and offboard people, SOP for emails, email marketing SOP, Facebook ad SOP, SOP for this, SOP for that, SOP for posting approved, SOP for posting blog, SOP for Instagram, SOP for Telegram when we're doing Telegram, but we don't have Telegram again, YouTube SOP, and so on and so forth. So you can see all the SOPs. We also have like our YouTube assets. So this is for blog standard operating procedure. Start by researching blog ideas and identifying keywords around the topic in top ranking blogs. Read about each keyword, start writing and gathering information. Use the question to ask in the blog resource document to guide your thought process. We have a blog resource document. Ask for help if you need any material or resources around that topic. Look at the articles, blog resources to understand how to structure your blog. Write your blog and add more structure. Submit your blog for review. Once approved and all corrections effected, set up your blog content. Include a table of content. Download photos as GIF. Rename photos with title of blog. Insert blog excerpts. Insert relevant backlinks. Use keyword in at least one heading. Include a YouTube video between the blog posts if there's one on the channel. Convert blog to PDF. Use rank math for blog SEO. Use the social media and email template to design the blog for promotion on social media and our email list. So this is blog SOP, basically. So yeah, so we have all of those SOPs in place for different things. So this brings me to the workflow. So if you are a social media manager, and even if your company is not asking you to create SOP, you can create an SOP for yourself on how you work as a social media manager. And then that's what we guide you every time you are doing your work. This has helped us a lot that when new people come inside the team, I don't need to keep explaining myself all the time. I just give them the SOP. Go and read the blog SOP. If you are the new blog person, this is what you must follow. This is what you must do in terms of blog. When you are writing your blog and publishing your blog, this is what you must do. Right? So we have that in place. So create SOPs for everything. So if you don't have a team member yet, create it by yourself. SOP for posting on social media, SOP for writing blog, SOP for emails. So I have email SOP, for example. Let me just show you that one real quick. SOP means standard operating procedure. So 3 emails go out every week. BRT Monday, deep dive on Fridays, email copy, write engaging, valuable email copies, content including subject line, blah, blah, blah. Send email for approval, performance tracking, email maintenance. You can see that the SOPs differ based on like the different things, right? It differs based on like the different things. Some are shorter, some are longer because the process are longer. So we have like these different things. And if you're wondering how my online business manager functioned, she had to also write her own SOP so that I need SOP for executive assistants. So that it's based on the role. You cannot use that same SOP for me for your own business. It depends on what you're doing in the brand, right? So this is for my executive assistant SOP. She also doubles as the online business manager. So calendar scheduling, she schedules calendar. These are all the things she needs to do. So she even put colors for like the different things. Then communication. These are SOP. Maintain regular communication with DCC daily. Inform DCC of concerns. Ensure messages are correctly communicated. Secretly review, blah, blah, blah. Proofread. Facilitate understanding, blah, blah, blah. By creating action item plans. Check in with the team on bi-weekly basis. Check-in SOP. So there's check-in SOP. You see check-in SOP. Okay. Don't worry. There's everything. Tax management. There's SOP for that. Meeting coordination, work drive management, reporting analytics. So this is based email management. That's my own email, not sending of emails. Disciplinary measures. So we have SOP for implementing our disciplinary measures. So we literally like have SOPs for everything. So this SOP check-in SOP. So for example, checking in on the team, right? So check-in 7:30 to 9:45, distribution of, okay, no, this one is for, sorry. This one is for our, this was the event that we did. Yeah, so we have SOP for literally like everything. Hold on. Let me change my access first before I come back. So policy awareness. So during onboarding, everybody must be aware of the policy and regular reminders. Then identifying disciplinary misconduct, issuing warnings, implementing fines. So send a final notification specifying the misconduct and the amount of the fine. Monthly summary. During the last week of each month, issue a summary email of fines incurred to the affected employee with the CEO and copied. Then escalation of repeated misconduct. Just how all of, and everybody's following through like all of these SOPs. So we have like literally SOPs for everything. So when you see, us doing certain things in DCC team, we are not playing, right? How do you set it up? It's by writing it, money. Write it. That's how you set it up. That's why I said you need to identify your roles and responsibilities. So define the roles and responsibilities of the department. So if you don't have team yet, you cannot employ team yet. You yourself, that you are working with yourself, identify the key areas that makes your business function and create SOPs for it. Create SOPs for client onboarding as well. So when you get a new client, what are the processes you are going to take to onboard this new client? So in your business, what are the key areas that make your business function? Oh, social media, email marketing, WhatsApp, community, this one, YouTube, blog. Then write SOPs for each of those things. What are the key things that must be done from start to finish, from ideation of your blog till the uploading of the blog? What are the key things that must be done for YouTube? Let me show you how our YouTube SOP works. So aside SOPs, we also have resource materials, right? Um, we have resource materials for everything. So somebody that's handling YouTube now, there's a resource document where they can read and learn how to use YouTube. So this one is YouTube video, um, YouTube video SOP. So like how to shoot the YouTube video, right? A short introduction of what the video is about, introduce your fandom to YouTube channel, intro video, start the main video with a story, blah blah. This one is for myself. How I have to shoot my YouTube videos. Then DCC YouTube must have. It must have a thumbnail, it must have title, quality content, video description, timestamp, consistent branding, call to action, social media integration, banner. All video must be added to a playlist, not for kids prom end card. You see that? So this one is for like shooting of the video. We also have like the YouTube video upload SOP, right? For uploading YouTube videos. So let me see. Okay. So we have like YouTube video upload. When we're uploading the YouTube videos, what are the things that must be in the video before you upload it? We have that SOP as well. Name the video on your local computer, upload the video, add the title, blah blah blah, all these things. That's handling YouTube video upload. They don't have to come and be asking me every time, oh, I made a mistake, oh my god, I forgot to add this. You have to always open this SOP when you are doing your YouTube video upload until you are now used to it and you know everything in your head. You cannot be doing it without it. If you decide to do it without it and you make a mistake, I will call you and give you a fine, because that is the purpose of the SOPs, is to help you to avoid mistakes. Do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? We are wrapping up now. I think I've then exercise. We want to do an exercise now. Are we following? I need this YouTube SOP. Hey, oh my God. Are we following? How much you want pay? We created it ourselves. So it's based on how we want to do YouTube. That's how we created the SOP. So it's not like, oh, it's standard. Yes, standard, like from all the learnings we've done, all the testing we've done on YouTube, that was how we used to create the SOPs. All these SOPs were created from our experiences and all our learnings and how things operate in the DCC brand. That's how things must operate in this season, brand. That's how we decided. So I created the YouTube SOP myself. There's some of the SOPs I created myself, but there are some others that is the team members that did it by themselves. So the person doing email marketing, based on the consistent steps that she has been taking doing the emails, I asked her to create the SOP. The same thing for the executive assistant, the same thing for the other. So I don't take glory for what I didn't do. So but I reviewed them and approved. If there's anything that needs to be added, I tell them, you didn't add this, you didn't add this, go and add that, go and add that, and then we just improve on it and make it better. So yeah, so that's that for the SOPs. Um another I think another thing I want to share with you guys is creating dedicated like documents for everybody in your team, right? So we have the admin, we have community. Before now, the community was separated because the person that was handling the community was different. But now the person in charge of admin is also the person in charge of community. That's how we now had to name it 1 and 1.1. Then we have articles. So the person in charge of article will be here. We have emails, we have YouTube, we have content and designs. So our designer have access to content and designs. We have social media content. We have DCC testimonials. So all my testimonials are here. So as people are giving testimonials for each of my products, I'm screenshotting them, dropping the videos, dropping the links here. So if somebody wants to do anything, want to write an email, want to do anything, you don't need to come and be messaging me. Hello, please, I need DCC, please, I need testimonial. Baba, go to the drive. Testimonials are there. As I'm getting the testimonial, I'm screenshotting them, adding them here. The testimonials are all here. Don't be asking me anything. They are all here. All the testimonials are here. The video ones are inside here in the documents, and they are there as videos. So every product we create, if you look at it, MBCH, that's my brand clarity handbook, which is my book on brand clarity and learning how to build foundation for your brand. We also have like the testimonial folder for it as well, where we are dropping like all the screenshots as the testimonials are coming in. We have for the Grow Conference, the Grow Challenge, even the branding clinic. We have even the Grow Connect. We have testimonial folders. People are dropping reviews for Grow Connect. We are dropping them here. We are taking the screenshot and we're putting them here. Even the Grow Connect live, the TGC live, all the testimonials, we are dropping them here as they're coming. So that if we need them, I don't have to be there for you to now be able to do anything. If I'm not there, you will still be able to, they will still be able to get the information that they need without stressing me, and it takes away that stress. So when we are launching, we have the launching folder, monthly planner and tracking folder, where all the monthly planning and tracking documents goes into, right? For every month. So we have it, the monthly strategies are here, all our monthly strategies are here. So if I want to come back to see all the monthly strategies that we worked on, so when I told you guys that they do monthly strategy, I wasn't joking. They are all here. It's not joke. I mean, it's April, February, March, October, September. See, November own is everybody has dropped their own there, and then it's approved, and everybody is working with that. See, weekly tax reports, monthly report 2024, monthly payment 2024, content planning. So like everything is just that's where we do our planning and tracking, and all the strategy document go there, and I can go there and review. So even if I miss them in the chat, I can always come. Funny and advertising. This is the database. This is where we have our year plan, our distribution strategy. So we have all of that here. The content direction, content style, content distribution strategy, 2024 plan, Lucky Elo's SOP. So I have SOP for myself. Oh my God. God go help me. Then our audience research documents, brand messaging framework, and so many other things as well that are here. So these are taking a lot of work to put together. Like, yeah, it's taking a lot of work. So we have our framework here, our award and invite flyers. People invite us, and we have awards to put them here to save them for when we need them. Research, speaking engagements, walkthrough videos and tutorials. So this is where my team get materials where they learn, right? So I put in materials here where they can all use to learn and do stuff and grow as a team. So yeah, so that's what like everything entails for the business structure. So SOPs are not the only thing. If anybody leaves the team today, I still have access to like all the work that they've done, right? All the work that they've done is still there. Yeah. So that's that on that. Any question, guys? So you're going to make a list of all the areas of your business, like the roles and responsibilities and the areas that makes your business run properly. You're going to make a list for that. Please share this link to somebody that might need this video, because after this live session, the person can still watch the video. So share the link with them. Encourage them to watch it because you're going to learn a lot. Yes, encourage them to watch it. Yeah. So identify those key roles and then create routine meetings. That's the final one. You have to do routine meetings, weekly, monthly team check-ins to track progress and align your goals. So yeah, do you have any question, any feedback? How has it been so far? Question, feedback, how has it been? Question, feedback, how has it been so far? Question, feedback. Are we learning? Has this session opened your eyes? So if you want to work with me to set up your whole structure, we can do that. So you can work with me. You can send me a message on Instagram, D2 Creator Chic. Or if you have my WhatsApp number, for those in the community that are here, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Or you can even drop a comment on this live video and I'll reach out to you. You can drop a comment and I'll tell you how to reach out to me. My email is also on the YouTube, right? Or you can send an email to me, hello@digitalcreatorchic.com. So anyone. So if you want us to work on it, I know this can be a lot and it can look like a lot, especially if you're just doing it by yourself. This took me like more than a year to set up. So I keep setting it up and keep tweaking it every year and every time. So I've been tweaking it over and over and over again. Right? So it's something that I've been tweaking over and over. So it's not like it just happened overnight. So I don't want you to think that, oh, it has to happen overnight. You have to figure out everything all at once. That's not true. You don't have to figure out everything all at once, right? It's something that it's something you have to do step by step. But you have to first of all identify the first priority step and then start with that. You cannot do everything all at once. But if you need to fast track the process, you can reach out to me as well and I can walk you through that process. Of course, it's not free. You have to pay. Yeah. I'm already sharing the knowledge with you for free without holding anything back. I think that's more than enough free things. So if you want my time to do that with you, I'm very much available to help you with that. So if we don't have questions, we're going to move on to client delivery. So the same way I have a workspace for my team, I also have workspace for my clients. Yes. So I have a workspace for my clients as well. So DCC workspace for clients. So I have a workspace for my client, and this is 2023 client, 2024 client, 2022 and below. I started, creating this workspace. I started this workspace for clients in 2022. Before I would just be working, all the clients would go away. I will never know how many clients I worked with for that year. I will not be able to track anything, and it will just be there. But now I'm able to track all year. I have their names and everything written out. One-on-one sessions. I group them. I'm not going to go in depth into my clients' details, but I have like everything there from the form that they filled. A client even reached out to me. Yes, great things takes intentionality. Great thing takes patience. Great things takes time. So when you see that certain things are functioning properly, incentive, we see certain people do certain things. A lot of things that's going on behind the scene that they will not necessarily put out there, right? Yeah, I'm just sharing this because it's something that the community has, asked for a very long time. So I need to share it. The world needs to see it and learn. And I don't have any problem sharing it, because the truth is that even after sharing it, not everybody will still go and implement it, because it takes time, it takes patience, it takes intentionality. You need to be intentional about what you're building for you to be able to get the result that you desire, right? So I have the workspace for my clients as well. One of my clients recently reached out to me, I think this week. It was like, oh, hello, I worked with her last year. Hello, please, I can't remember my password for my my domain. I want to renew the domain. I lost the domain. Do you have it? I just went inside the folder that I created for her and I sent it to her, and she was so happy. Imagine I didn't have documentation. Thank God for how far he has brought us. Yes, Yes, I'm so thankful for how far he has brought us. And that we've been together since the beginning of how we started. Yeah. So, and I sent her the link to the password, and she was so happy. Was like, "Oh my god, thank you! I didn't have it again." That's because, and mind you, my Google Drive, I upgraded. So I'm on the, as you can see, I have 2 terabytes. I'm paying every year for Google Drive, 2 terabytes. Google Drive gives you 15 gig for free, I think, because I know what I want to use it to do and how much this has saved me. All my videos are here. All my videos that I shoot after shooting the video editor edit and upload them here, they are all here. I know it's something that is valuable for my team, so I pay every year 2 terabytes. And I also share the space with some of my clients who wanted in. So I think it's 45K every year. So I shared it with like 3 of my clients, also 2 people. I think it's 2 people. I'll be one person. I can't remember. One of my friends. I shared it with one of my friends, and yeah. So we're sharing the payment together and the 2 terabyte together. So you can come together with somebody. So if you pay for 2 terabyte for Google Drive, for example, I think it's about 45,000 or 47,000 a year. But you can add up to 5 people to it. You can add up to 5 Google accounts to it. So you and somebody or 2 other people can share it. I think that's chicken change for if you're looking to use that to keep, like, all my photos are backed up there, all my videos, everything, even my Google photos, my personal photos are backed up to these 2 terabytes. Yes, this was taking a lot of work. I'm at the structure phase. I know how to reach out to you. I want to work with you. I'll go talk to the rest for DM. Okay, no wahala. No wahala, I'm here. The structure phase is a lot. I'm still structuring my business, but right now I'm focusing on employee wellness. That's what I'm focusing on now. So we're trying to see how we can make working on the team more conducive and, more beneficial to the employee. We are implementing bonding sessions, employee surveys, employee reviews. So for you right now, you are not there yet because you have to first of all have the cost structures in place first before you even think about employee awareness and all of that. Of course, you can be thinking about the employee awareness without documenting it for now, but over time, you can now start documenting it, having it in your code of conduct and all of that. Yes, you have to keep iterating and keep. It's not cast in stone. We have to keep like iterating it and fixing it up until it keeps getting better, right? So different areas, like I said, what are the different areas I need to set up? I have onboarding SOPs. Onboarding SOPs, I have, templates for sending onboarding emails, for query emails. I have all of those things. So you need to segment your workflow. So if you already have a team, you need to have structure for your team. How will my team function? How will I bring them on board to the team? How will communication work on this team? All of those things. Their responsibilities need to be documented based on each person. Yes, each person's responsibility needs to be documented. It's step by step, right? You have to take it step by step, stage by stage. So if you are here, you don't have any structure at all, the first part I want you to focus on is key responsibility. What are the key areas that will make your business run properly? Set out those key responsibilities and then identify if you need people to help you there or if it's something you still continue to keep doing by yourself. Then create a structure and a review timeline. How often will you review? Every week is recommended. Every week I should create a review to see how I can implement all of this. Then create SOPs. It says suspects identified. Then create SOPs for each of these areas. SOPs of how things will work. You may not do it all at once, but start small. Start. Start small. Create a folder, call it SOP folder. Start doing it. Every week you can create one SOP. Every week you can create one SOP. Before you know, in 3 months, you've done it. You've done everything. If you want to do it by yourself, but if you want to hire somebody, it's faster. Because if you hire me to help you do that, I've done all of these things before, so I know all the SOPs that you need. I can just help you set them up, and your team or you yourself start working with that. So yeah, suspects identified. Great. All right. So let's look at. So like I said, I have like my clients folder for everything. So then how do I onboard my clients? I have clients onboarding process. So if you want to work with me, the first thing is you have to get on a call with me, especially if it's my service. If it's my one-on-one service or my one-on-one calls, you need to get on a call with me first. So that call starts from booking a call. I have calls like for different things. I have discovery call. So I have a discovery call that you can book for free. That one is free. Like you're not paying anything. Let's see. So this is my discovery call booking link. As you can see, it's linked to my calendar. If somebody booked here, it affects any other link that I have. So you can book a call here for 30 minutes and we can talk. And then after you book a discovery call and then we talk, and you're ready to work with me, I'm upgraded to 200 GB per month also. Okay, that's cool too. After we book a call and you talk and you're ready to work with me, the next step is I am going to send you a concept note. So I don't usually, before now, I used to tell my client's price on the call, but I don't tell my client price on the call anymore. That's for high ticket clients. If it's one-on-one, let's say one-on-one calls, let's say you want to have a 90 minutes call with me, there's already a fixed price for that. Or you want to have a 4 weeks call with me, there's a fixed price for that. So that one, I'll tell you the price on the call. But if you want to work with me, let's say you want to launch your course, you want to do this, it's not fixed because the deliverables are different for different clients. So I'll get on the call with you, understand what you're trying to do. Then I'll create a detailed concept note. That concept note, we have a breakdown of everything we've talked about, how I'm going to help you get results, the timeline, how long it's going to take, the deliverables and everything, and then I'll put the price inside and I'll send it to you. Once you now go through it, I send it via email. Once you go through it, there's an option to book another call if you want to clarify anything, and then you make decision and then you pay. Immediately you are paying. Once you're ready to pay, I send you the invoice to your email, you pay, confirm, send you your receipt, and then we have an onboarding call where I used to onboard the client and walk them through how the process is going to work. And then we start working from there. So based on each client, I will now create like automates process. Some of these processes are automated, but some are manual that I can now schedule. Like sending the concept note is manual. I have to go and work on the concept note. I tell you, give me 24 hours or 48 hours to work on it. I send it to you. And then the reminder for the receipts is automated. So you can do pay 60%. If you're working for 10 weeks, I usually collect 60-70% upfront, and then the remaining 30% is scheduled for a particular time where you get an automated email to ask you to pay, right? And after the meetings, we have follow-up emails or messages I'll send to you with your recordings, and you can now watch if it's a one-on-one call, right? They're managing clients alongside other priorities. So I time block for my clients. I allocate specific blocks of time for client-focused work, and I sync with my life commitments. So if I have specific clients, like right now, I don't have any clients on my timeline. I've cleared out my clients. I also refunded one. I'm refunding one client as well. So I'm just starting on a clean slate this December. Like I said, I told you guys I had a rough November, and it's told on me. If that's the correct English, I don't know. I shall hear I'm that November. So I had like a clean slate. I don't have any client right now. But when I have clients, I add it to my to my workflow and I put it in my calendar. Remember, I say I do deep work from 7:30 a.m. to 11:30. So from 7:30 till about 9:30 most times is my personal work. So either my business or my clients. That's what I do deep work for, because my day job starts at 9. So sometimes I resume 9:30. And so if I resume 9:30, I'll close 5:30. If I resume 9, I close 5. Sometimes I even resume 10. Let me know, like if I resume 10, I close 6. I finish up and pack up at 6. Right? I just make sure that I do my 8 hours, and there's 1 hour break in between. So sometimes I can resume 10 and still close 5. I will just assume that 9 to 10 as my 1 hour break for the day. So I work 7 hours for my day job, 1 hour break to rest my head. Or in between, I can just take the 1 hour break, depending on how I share it. I'll try to just make sure that I do it. Other times, I can take longer breaks during the day and make up for it in the night. I can make up for the 2 hours in the night. Just make sure that I do my work and get it done, right? So that one is based on how my day works. But most times, my most productive hours are in the mornings. So if I don't have any clients work and I don't have any pressing personal work that I need to do, what I now do is I do my day job in that timeline. So 7 to 11:30. So 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. I've already done 4 hours for the day. So I can just be playing around the remaining 3 hours for the day to make up 7 hours for that day. I will just go and sleep or do other things or even go out safe. Then finish up the 3 hours and I'm done for that day. So that's why my remote job is sweet as well. And then sometimes I also work in the night. I also have like a schedule where I work in the night as well. So that's for client delivery and workflow. So you have to click. So for those of you who work with clients, you need to create a structure for how you will work with your clients and how the delivery will work. What is your client SOP? Right? So when a client comes, they get on discovery call. From discovery call, if you're not doing discovery call, oh, we chat in the DM. From the DM, I send them the link to pay. Once they pay, we get on onboarding call. From the onboarding call, we create the plan on how we are going to work for the number of weeks, and then we work. And after we are done, we do offboarding. Like I offboard my client. When I'm done with my client, I send them an email. Like I finished working with one client in November. We launched a course for 10 weeks from August till like end of October, and then we wrapped up in November, and then it was looking like the work is now extending over and over and over it. I'm like, this thing is extending. So I had to send like an email, did a detailed breakdown, offboarding, sent all the SOPs that I did after the launch process, and I offboarded. I'm like, oh, we are done with this whole project. This is everything. This is the deliverables. This is the next step. This is what to do next. And that was how we wrapped up. And that was how the whole thing toned down. Right? So that's like my client delivery process. Do we have any question before I share the final we're talking about today? Do we have any question, guys? Any question? Any question? If you've been learning, share this link with somebody, share the live session with them. They can watch the replay, they can join us live and still catch up where we are. Share to them, let them learn. Share your feedback as well in the chat. Let people see if you know you've learned. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel as well. So do you have any question? This is an exercise I want you to do. So all the exercises I've been giving you, pay attention to them. You can go and do them after this call, or you can. What will your client delivery system look like? Make a list of the process from onboarding to offboarding. For those of you who work with clients, make a list of your client delivery process, client delivery system from onboarding to offboarding. So write it, document it down, and write down what that process. Just a lot of restructuring to do. Yes, is a lot, but you have to take it one step at a time. So start from what the biggest problem is for you, right? So for Sapphire, what you are going to start implementing from is to start from the responsibility of your team. Like that's like the biggest problem. I already shared with you how you can do that. So start from that first. Start from that. And if you people don't have a work drive, you can now start creating your work drive as well, in addition to that. So that's where you need to start from. So once that is stabilized, you can now be looking at other areas that you can start fixing. Okay, now create SOP. Now do this, now do that. You can now start doing all those things small, small. Does that make sense? Question, any question? Any question, guys? Do you have a question? Do you want to ask me live? You can turn off your video, that's fine, but your audio needs to be up. Anybody wants to ask a question? I'm even enjoying this. I don't want to go again. It's like we want to sleep. I don't want to go again. I don't feel like going anywhere. Are you guys enjoying this? Okay, okay. Try to take note of the exercise. Definitely, we have the drives and the SOPs. That strategy call is kicking off right away. Great. Cool. So for the strategy call, we had a break. God will help me. So for strategy call, we restructured our strategy call actually in November on the 18th. I remember we had a call on that on the 18th, and the way the strategy call was going, I was like, no, this is not how we are going to be doing strategy calls, because I've not been attending all their strategy calls before, and I attended that day. How can I balance taking care of my family and my work life? Okay, cool. I'm going to answer this. We had to now restructure that and sort of like restructure like what the strategy call is going to look like, how it will start, how the presentation will go. Like we literally just listed out everything. When the call starts, this is how you present, this is what you do, you prepare your slide, you do this. God. But yeah, that's it. Let me answer this question before we go to the day-to-day. How can I balance taking care of my family and my work life? Do you want to get on the call to ask the question on audio? I know who this is, but yeah, it's also like a very good question to ask. You want to get on a course that will actually like certain things so I can know how to answer this question best. So when you mean family life, if this is who I think it is, so like you have to like do like chores at home and do things at home while also working remotely, right? So how do you balance that? Would you mind jumping on a call? Don't worry, your camera will be off. Your audio just needs to be on. Do you mind? Do you mind or you mind? Or you don't mind? Do you mind or you don't mind? Okay, I'll be waiting for your feedback before I would answer that question. All right. So while we're waiting for your feedback, let's do the final part. What is my day-to-day work structure look like? Morning, deep focus work, 7 to 11. So either I do 7 to 11 or I do 7:30 to 11:30. But most times I do 7:30. Then middays, meetings and collaborations. So from that 11, I do like meetings and collaborations and all that from that 11 to 12 or even sometimes 1. Then they have to know time for admin or rest. So I tend to rest and just or maybe do admin work or any soft work. Then evening, I do exercise. So I go to the gym every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So I go for gym. Before I used to do my gym in the morning. Before my gym hours are in the morning, but I had to change it to evening because that morning I realized that when I come back to the gym, I will not be very tired to you can join the call. I've dropped the link. Join the call. I will not be very tired to do anything else. So I now move my gym time to in the evening. I also thought I wasn't more productive that evening at the gym. So I had to restructure everything. So now I see that is a work in progress. So now my gym hours are now evenings, right? And so yeah, I now do gym and wind down. And then in the evening again, after I come back from the gym and just take a shower and take my after workouts protein, I can now do like deep work from 8. But at 8 p.m. I pray first. So I do my prayer first and then I do other things that I need to do. Sometimes the deep work can start in the middle of the night, maybe around 10 or 11. That's when the deep work can we have a slide or a Google Doc where we can use it and do the assignment? How am I going to share the slides? How am I going to share the slide? Okay, if you're in the community, yeah, you will get the slide there. If you're in the community, I will share the exercise slides inside the community so you can take it from there and use it. Yeah. So these are my day-to-day routine looks like. The reason why my routine looks this way is because um this for my day-to-day. Remember, I have other things in between. This for work, right? I have other things in between, like prayer time and other things. So in between this deep work. So before deep work, I've already done like my prayer time, right? With 6 from 6 to like 7. Then midday as well. Sometimes I do prayer at 12. Other times I don't if I have a meeting or something to do. Then 8 p.m. I pray as well and do other stuff. So this in between where I say is flexible time for admin or rest, I can go out sometimes. I'm not lying. I can go out sometimes in that afternoon or that evening if I know that I have done what I'm supposed to do. Yes. Then I go from maybe at 12 to 4 p.m. I can just go out if I have somewhere to go or I prioritize my personal stuff or do things for my family. So for what Emil asks, Egamo Emil, was how do you prioritize, how do you take care of your family and also do your work? I think one key thing is you can do is prioritize when you will start work. Like prioritize your hours. Even though you are working 9 to 5 and you're doing remote work, I believe that your work will not, there's no way your work is monitoring you 8 hours back to back. There's no way. So how you do your 8 hours can now be depending on how you are able to automate your process, right? How you're able to automate your process and I'm so much to unpack. I'm dragging some of my people to come and learn this mindset. Amazing. So how you're able to allocate your hours? Like I'm sharing what I do for myself, right? And my CEO can be hearing this. They know wahala. I don't have any problem with it because to be honest, I try to do like the hours that I'm being paid for. But other times I do the hours at my most productive hours. So you need to look at when you are very productive and do them. So for EA, if you're an EA, for example, you're not going to be available and you need to be there for the person you're working with, the CEO. You can schedule the messages, right? Schedule the messages, except maybe they're emergency at times. I don't believe that every time the CEO will be on your neck. Except maybe there's like there are times maybe you guys are doing like highly time sensitive projects. That's when maybe you not be needed like 24/7. Even in my day job, there are some days where everywhere is just dry. Like there's nothing really serious to do. I would just be the one using those days to go and do research, using those days to, surf the internet or even review what my team is doing, what social media is doing, what is I'll just be playing around and just doing some other soft things. So not every time you have heavy things to do, right? So you now need to now see how you can ensure that you create that balance, right? And also, if you need to communicate with the person you're working with, I believe they should be able to understand. Like, okay, you had an agreement of when your work hour closes. There are sometimes that I speak to my CEO from at my day job outside of work hour, but I have to look at it if I have the time. If I don't have the time, I'll tell him like, oh, sir, I'm not free right now. Can we do it another time? Like today, I had a call with my CEO this Sunday afternoon, even though on Sundays I don't do that. But I saw that, okay, I had time, right? And I'm like, okay, sir, yes, we can get on the call. And we had a call for like 2 hours and we're just talking. It was giving me reviews and feedback on my performance and stuff. That's okay. But if sometimes if I don't have time, I'll say, sir, I'm not free because I know I'm not obligated to do that. And it's not a work day, right? Even sometimes on work days, if you message me around 9 and say, hello, I say, sir, I'm not available right now. Can we do it another time or another day? But if I'm free, definitely I will go for it, right? I'll go for it. So that's something you need to understand. So hi. So do you want to clarify? Abi, have I answered your question? Egamo Emil.
Yes, you have, but I can still go ahead and clarify.
Okay, you can clarify. Please do that.
I think the issue is that I find out that I prefer to work in the morning, but when I wake up in the morning, I have to do chores, and then after I'm done with the chores, I don't really have much time to rest because I begin to work. So when I do have time that I could use to do other things, like more work, but I find myself stretched thin, and the need to relax is a lot. So yeah.
Okay, so the chores now, eh? Can the chores not be moved around? Must you do them in the morning?
Some of them can be moved around though.
I think that's where I also said that prioritizing your personal life. What are the constants? What are things that cannot move? Let me give you an example. When I was staying with my mom, right before I moved out, even though I was working, I was a CEO, I was working, but I was working remotely. My mom leaves the house for work at 7. Sometimes she's up at 4 a.m. Guy, my mama no fit dey up and they sleep. Nothing concern her whether they do work. It's not a business. That one is your headache. So what I was able to do in that time is I wake up around that 4, you get, and then I would help her do her thing till she leaves the house. So once she leaves the house around 7, I can now sleep from that 7 till like maybe 9 when I'm supposed to start work or 10. Then I'll wake up and just start work. Right? Start work from 10 till like maybe 1 or 12, and I will just not be lazing around. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to your own reality. I'm just give you an example. Then in the night, my mom comes back from work around 6. And then when she comes back like this, I cannot do anything again. There is nothing I can do. This is what I'm saying, that, oh, I can work in the middle of the night. I can be doing stuff. I cannot do anything again until she's finally gone to bed. Maybe she sleeps around 10. So when she has gone to bed, I can now be awake from like maybe, it's not like I will have work to do, but so long as she stays at the house, I cannot be working again because there's always one thing you always go and do. Then I will now, work maybe from 11 till like 2 or 12, and I need to sleep because I need to wake up 4 o'clock the next day. But it got to a point I had to have an understanding with them and let them know that I have a job, right? The same way you two you are going to work around 7. Miss, if I need to work from this time to this time. So when you go to your work, even though I'm at home, I'm doing work, I'm doing that. So we now had an understanding. So I no longer wake up at 4 o'clock when she wakes up every day. I only do it on days when I can. But what I now do is before I go to bed, the night before, I have to prepare like maybe what we need to. I have to figure out what we are eating that next morning. If not, my mom will grumble until she goes to work. So I have to make sure that we have what we're going to eat the next morning figured out, set. See that it is prepared, or we shall have all the ingredients to prepare it and set it up and put it there. And so if it's my sister that will wake up to go and now do the cooking or anything, or if it's my mom that wants to do it anyway, but we shall know that I've figured it out and nobody's grumbling that early morning. If not, nobody will sleep inside the house until she leaves. Right? So for your own reality, it depends on what you're doing every morning. So what I need you to think like, what are the non-negotiables in the morning? Right? What are the non-negotiables in the morning that you have to do? Oh, you have to do this for your mom, you have to do this for your sibling, right? And what times are you supposed to resume in the morning? And you can schedule. So I'm saying this now because I know you, right? So you can schedule some of those things that you need to do in the morning, like those follow up, reaching out, schedule them, right? It will still look like you're the one who did them, right? And then what are the non-negotiables? You need to have like a constant time where you're waking up in the morning that you used to set yourself and prep. So you can say, okay, between 6 and 8, I will focus on family work, then rest from that 8 till 9. Sometimes, let me not even lie to you, this deep work that I say that I do at 7, sometimes my brain will not catch it. I will just lie down on my bed from that 7. I'll just lay on the bed and just be relaxing till like 8, 9. That's why I say sometimes you can fall off the crack. And that's okay. I'll just lie down on the bed 7 till 9 before I will now say, okay, it's time, I'm charged. I will now stand up and walk from that 9 till like 11 or 12, or I can stretch myself a little till 1. So you have to have that routine first. What are your non-negotiables? When will you be getting out of bed every single day? Right? So this is when I'll get out of bed every single day. These are my non-negotiable, right? I have to do this for my family. I have to do this for myself. And then I'll start work at this time. For the work that needs to happen before this time and I can schedule it, then I will schedule this, and so that they go out, even if I'm not there, I would now come and do this or do that. Right? The same thing in the afternoon. What happens in the afternoon? Do I have time in the afternoon? Okay, I think I can do this in the afternoon and do that and do that. So another key thing is every day you also need to now have like key things that you have to do, non-negotiables and any additional tasks that you need to complete for that day. So you can now ask yourself, this task that I need to complete for the day, is it tied to another person on my team? Or is it tied to me being available to my boss? If it is not tied to any of that, if it's just you doing it and submitting it, then you can now decide on when you want to do it and make sure that you submit it as I when due. That way you're able to find balance and you can still rest in between. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Amazing. Okay, we have Ola Ayomide. Why did you join the stage? You want to ask question?
DCC worldwide. I want to ask question now.
Oh
I
yeah,
said
now,
make
oh
I
yeah,
join
oh yeah,
backstage. Alpha, how
oh
you
yeah.
doing now?
Ask.
Well done.
I'm
Well done.
okay. I'm good. Thank you.
So I see. So for me, I'm also in that. For me, I'm in that structure stage because I've been doing one man for a while. And say me, I'm a 9 to 5, and
Mm-hmm.
my 9 to 5 is very demanding. My position is like a managerial position also, but it's demanding, and I'm always struggling to balance my brand and the 9 to 5. Like that's why I when you were talking about the whole SOP thing, I was like, this one I never do. It's something I need to do. So, what advice would you give to me? Yes, I know that at the end of the day, I'm still going to come into your DMs and we'll schedule how we're going to work together, which is something I've had on my mind for a while. From the brand clarity section that you did for me, so even my content, I had to go and change them. And do I still have some generic content, but I just slowed it down a bit. I want to put in structure. So, what advice will you give to me? Like I know, yes, I'm looking out for interns and people. I have a graphic designer already on my team. I think I have a social media manager, but I want to scale. I've been saying that word scale with mouths. I want to put it into
Okay.
action.
I
I
have
want to
I
put it into
have
action.
advice in two ways. You are a
Okay.
manager. For your day
Yeah.
job as a manager, you have control.
Mm.
You know that. You can create the systems and the structures for your team.
Okay.
That one, this same thing that I'm saying now that I'm doing in my business, I've replicated it for my team. at my day job. So
Nice.
we have SOPs for the content team, SOP for the performance marketing team, SOP for that. So every month we have like the strategy document that we're working with. And then we also have a tracking document. This is for my day job now. We have a tracking document where we write everybody's name on the marketing team, like the team leads basically, and what their team will be focusing on every week. And we use that to track them on the team, right? And then we have a a structure like for emails, for social media, for blogs, for this, when are they going out, for YouTube videos. All of those things are replicated in my day job as well, because I'm in the managerial role, right? It's easier for me to make that decision and say, we are doing this, we are doing that, you do this, you do this, and we set it up and we start working with that. It makes the work easier. It takes like a
Mm.
lot of work off my shoulders, right? That's one. You can implement that in your day job as well to make your life easy. And so most of the things that I do in the day job is the strategy and implementation. So I come in most times for implementation in the high level marketing, making sure that we implement like all the strategies that we put in place. And if my team is struggling to implement, I can now step in and help them implement and make it faster. Like, okay, oh yeah, let's do this thing together. Okay, this is it, this is it. Oh yeah, let's do it and move, you know. So that's that. So that's why I'm not coming like majorly. Then for your own business, one thing I'm going to say, I think everything I want to say, I've said them so far. You need to be able to identify roles and responsibility. And even if you say you want to bring interns, you need to create a structure of how you're going to train these interns. If you will struggle in the beginning if you've never had interns before. The first set of interns that I had, I suffered. Yes, I'm not going to lie. I
I can
suffered in
relate.
training them because we had to literally be doing like live calls and all that. But now I've had like interns, different batches of interns, and I trained them like back to back. So we have recordings, we have videos that they can go through. Even though I have people who had moved from interns and are now working with me, I have them on the team. So when interns now come, I push them to go and meet them. Oh, this person is under you. Make sure that
Mm.
you are training this person. But in the beginning, you are going to struggle. But I would say start with two first, one or two. Don't go and
Okay.
pack plenty people. You go suffer because
Wait, the money say. So let me give you an example. So I tried this virtual assistant thing. So I got a friend of
okay,
mine, like we have been friends for a long time to do the I wanted her to be my EA, but I was paying her a good amount every month, but it didn't work out. Number one, she was complaining that I did not give her enough things to do. Number two, some of the things I give to her to do, she did not complete them. And we had that communication gap, and there were no clear rules and clear responsibility. So after that 2 months, I just paused. I canceled the contract. I say, guy, put your house in order first before you start throwing money outside. So I just told myself, let me just calm down. let me just calm down
well,
because
I
let
think
me
one
just
thing
calm.
about EAs and VAs,
Mm.
EAs and VAs, they're supposed to help your work, make your life easy. My EA is here, Zipporah, and
I know
I
Zipporah.
I, I always speak
Kisa, I told you.
so
I
well
don't.
of her
I'm
because
still at work.
yes,
I'm still at work. She's doing well. She's doing
yeah,
well.
she's really good. But when I brought Zipporah on the team, it was at the point when I started structuring my team, February. Like, not like I've not been structuring. I've been structuring, but the structuring was not working. So it was
Mm.
a point when I started creating structure that works, which is why we're on this call. Because some of you have been structuring, but you know they work. Which was the point where I was started creating structure that works. So I was still struggling then. That was February this year. And when she came on the team, there was not really much for her to do at that point. But I kept asking her. That's why I say you need to give them like ownership to own their role. Every time I come to meet Zipporah, even though sometimes I know what to do, I say, Zipporah, oh yeah, oh, this is what I want to do. How are we going to do it? How do you and how are you going to um encourage me to do my work? Because now your work be done. I went to employ you for.
How will she motivate you to do your work?
Yes. I used to ask
Exactly.
her, Zipporah is here. She has even left the call. Zipporah, do you mind joining the call again? She was on the stage before. So like I'll ask her, I'll say, how will you motivate me to do my work? Because at this point, I know they do the work. You they follow me up. I think this system that you're doing is not working. What system can you come up with? She will not go and think, so, okay, my boss, I think we should do this, we should do that. I think we should do this, we should do this. That's okay, yeah, let's test it. We will test it. It will not work. Oh, sometimes it will work for a while, then later it will not work. I think in August again, I came back. We created a new structure when I came up with a tax sheet. She created a tax sheet for me. When I started my day job, I was doing like almost 7 projects at the same time in that August. I had to tell her, I said, Zipporah, this one, only DM, my boss, is time for you. This it will not work. Oh. It will not work because I have plenty of things that I'm doing. So what we now did, she now said, okay, we came up with the idea of the tax sheet. So we created a tax sheet with like different sheets for all the different brands that I'm working with. And then every week she will ask me, what are you doing for this brand? What are you doing for this brand this week? What are you doing here? So we'll write them out. And then she will not be picking them out every day and sending it to me in the DM to make it easy. So that also helps me to not forget stuff. So the job of your EA, you're not paying your EA to tell them what to do per se. They have to own the role and keep tweaking and looking for ways that will make things
So yeah,
easy for
that
you.
means you are saying I need the Zipporah in my life then.
Yes, you need a everybody needs a Zipporah in there. Like people should not
I
come and
need the
steal my
Zipporah.
Zipporah from you.
I need it.
Holy
No, no,
Ghost
no,
fire.
no. Just
Holy Ghost fire. The Zipporah are not going
okay.
anywhere. But yeah.
Okay. Okay, so me, okay, one last thing. So for me now, like I said, that is 9 to 5. It's not before my 9 to 5 was hybrid, but from October they changed the system for everybody, both managers and assistant managers. It's now we have to come to the office basically Monday to Friday. So what other tips just will you also had? I
Okay,
already know what.
let me give you a tip. So when there was one job I was doing, I eventually quit, but the job requires me to work. How do you get your type of Zipporah? Okay, I'll tell you how I hired Zipporah, but I'll just share. But again, it's God as well. But I will share that. So I was doing a job last year that really drained me. It was a managerial role as well, but I work like Monday to Fridays. Like literally Monday to Friday, I don't have time to breathe. Sometimes because it's a different time zone, right? And we have Nigerian customers. Sometimes we have meetings late into the night. Where I said I had it up to here was when I had meetings until 12 a.m.
Oh,
12
interest. I
a.m. I
think
still
I
did
think I
meetings.
think I know that role. Oh. You posted it on your LinkedIn. I'm updated. Oh,
Yeah.
this is it. I'm very
Anyways, let's
updated.
not go there. But yeah.
I
So
understand.
what I was now doing then, when I show up for my DCC, I now use my Saturdays and my Sundays. So Saturdays and Sundays, I don't check anything that has to do with that work. If you like, not from now to tomorrow, you will never see me. So that was when I brought Zipporah in, when I was struggling with that role, because I couldn't keep up with the role and keep up with my business. That was like, I need an executive assistant, an online business manager, and somebody who will be able to manage, the people I'm going to be bringing in. Because even if I bring people in, I could not manage them myself. So you also need not only virtual assistant, you also need somebody who will manage you and manage your team.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody who they will be reporting to, they'll manage you, the person will manage you and manage your team. So that's when I brought
Understand.
Zipporah in. So our job was to manage me, to make sure that I'm able to do what I need to do. And all our team meetings, then we're doing some of them, we're doing one on Saturday and we're doing one on Mondays, I'll be on Thursday where they can do by themselves. Then the Saturday on, I show up with them where they will not do their review and stuff. Right? So Saturdays and Sundays was when I was active to do my own work, to create content, to show up and do every other thing, to review whatever thing they are reviewing. During the week, I try to review, but not as much. But I have Zipporah there to follow up on everybody to make sure everybody's doing their work and doing what they had to do. But in that beginning, when I was putting that structure, I did not hire interns. I hired people who can do the actual work because I didn't have the time to train any intern. Yes, it
Micromanage
was draining.
anybody.
I was spending a lot of money on salaries then. Everybody I hired were supposedly supposed to know how to do their work. So I didn't hire any interns then. I just hired everybody that was supposed to do their work. And then Zipporah was, there checking in on them and stuff. Following up and making sure that they do their job and they do what they have to do, right? To make sure that we're pushing the company forward and all that. So yeah, so that's what I think you can do. You need okay, Zipporah is here now on stage. Hi Zipporah, say hello to everybody. Zipporah is my second self. Like even during the pro conference, imagine when you're hosting conference. I came late to the conference. Zipporah don't already take over. They handle everything. They do everything for the conference. I came late. I got to my conference when it started around 10. I got there around 10. I just go sit down. I never waiting they happen for the hall. But I'm just saying, so before I brought Zipporah in, right? I'm going to ask her some questions and she will just share. Before I brought her in, I did like thorough interviews. That was when I started saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to, first of all, right, one key thing I'm going to state, you need to take your business as a business for your employees to see it as a business. It's until I started taking my business as a business. When I now employed the set of people I brought in Zipporah time, I created like after the interview, I sent them an email to schedule the interview. I sent them a congratulation email, say, okay, you've been onboarded. Then I created a professional email for them. And I sent them like the code of conduct. I created like code of conduct, disciplinary measures, and then NDA, and I told them to sign. So they will start seeing it like a real business. Yes. They now signed, and then I sent them their offer letter. I sent offer letter to everybody. And I sent them offer letter. So they're not just saying it as like a proper business. It's actually a real business because I realized that they were not taking it as a business. They think that I'm just a content creator that is playing on Instagram. That was what the past people were seeing it as. So you give them deadline, they will not do it, they will do whenever they like. So when I brought them Zipporah in, that was how it now worked. So they now started seeing it as a proper business, right? So, and then I also let them know that before, when I was hired, I used to tell them, oh, you can do other things that you want to do. I still tell my team that you can do other things that you want to do, but you have to do your work. You have to also let them know that from Monday to Friday, you need to be available. So I let them know that. So when I'm hiring people in, I need to ask them, are you available Mondays to Friday? Even though I'm not going to be on your neck every day or every time throughout the week, but I just need to ensure that you are available to do certain things when you are needed or when you are required, right? So you need to, I reviewed everybody. I did the interview. Is the NDA same with employee contract? NDA is non-disclosure, more like you will not disclose anything we are going to be doing on the team because we're going to be sharing with you
Like
password and
long
stuff.
compete. And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
non-compete.
yeah.
Yeah, non-disclosure, not even necessarily the non-compete. That non-disclosure that is the most important as well.
Yeah.
Not part of non-compete. So I brought them in, and what was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. So everybody I hired were supposedly like people who know what they're doing. So I brought them Zipporah in. They signed the NDA, offer letter, everything, and then everybody started work, and then we started tracking them. So Zipporah is the online business manager and also my EA. So I told her when I brought them in for the first time, before I even showed them anything, I said, this is what we are doing. I walked them through my brand messaging framework. So we have brand messaging framework that I created for DCC brand that has to do with everything that DCC brand is about, the end goal, what we want to achieve. I walked them through the 2024 document, and now I asked them to go and create a strategy. And I told Zipporah, create a plan on how you're going to encourage the team to work. Create a plan on how you're also going to encourage me to work, because that is your role, right? So everybody now went, create their plan, brought their strategy, and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, I think we can work with this. So started working with it. If we cannot work with it, we tweaked it. And that was how we started like, moving things around. But I also give my employee like the ability to own their role, right? So Zipporah is going to talk here. And Zipporah, don't mind that I'm putting you on the spot, but like when you join the team, I think maybe you can just share like what like your experience is from how you were able to take up the role and do your stuff. I don't know if you don't mind.
Okay, boss. Okay, when I joined the team, I think something is that you gave us allowance to get a feel of everything, ask questions, go over the work drive, and familiarize ourselves with everything. So the more I became familiar with, luckily, this is already had a business document, regular business activities document, and she had this full plan for 2024. So with that, that helped me get into the role properly, because each month I will check, and I know for each week, let me start with the week. Each week I knew what needed to go out. At one point in the week, it needed to go out. And apart from that, on a monthly basis, we had monthly goals. So it was easier for me to align everything, because I know, okay, this is our goal for the month. This is what we're supposed to do each week. So all I needed to do was, okay, I'll remind DCC about it, or I will inform the team that these are our goals, this is how you're going to go about it. Okay, this is the week you're supposed to start this promotion and whatnot. So having those documents already, like the structure was already there, it helped this and I build more upon it, and helps me like get into my role properly.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And
Amazing. Amazing.
there were some times too that I would just say, Zipporah, how are we going to do this one? Your team members are not responding. What can we do? I will let her take right. I'll let her like take
Yes.
that responsibility. Be like, okay, what do we do? This team member is not responding. What can we do, or how do we sort this? Okay, my boss, I think we should do this, we should do that. I'm like, okay, I think that makes sense. Sometimes only me and Zipporah we get on a call and I'll be like, okay, we need to plan for how we can handle this team or how we can make this thing work. So while I had created some structure in place already, I had to now also involve her because she's the online business manager, right? So I had to now involve her. That's how she's able to sort of, will I say, replicate me or stand in the gap for me. I think that's the better word. That's how she was able to stand in the gap for me where I'm not there, because now she understands my thought process. Sometimes if she asks me some certain questions, I was like, Zipporah, what do you think I would do? Don't you know what I would do in that place? Or if she does certain things, I'm like, Zipporah, you're supposed to know this, that this will not work, right? And sometimes when I'm doing some certain things, and another thing I used to do with my team is I used to walk them through my thought process. Like when we do certain things, I will explain why I did that thing, so that tomorrow, if that thing happen again and they're in that position to do that, they'll be able to know why I made that decision or why I didn't make that decision, so that they can now make that. So I have calls with Zipporah, especially when I notice that things are not going well, right? I have call with her. I'm like, okay, so how do we fix this? This thing is not going well. I have a Zipporah in my life. Shout out to all the Zipporahs. Yeah, so take your flowers, please. All the Zipporahs, take your flowers. Oh yeah. So yeah, so that's it. Sometimes I'll just say, Zipporah, let's get on a call because I don't understand what's going on here. We get on a call and we review, how we can better the team, how we can, even the code of conduct. Even though we already had the code of conduct before Zipporah came, we added some together. I'm like, wait, so Zipporah, see, these people, they are not following this rule. What can we add? She's like, oh, let's add this. I said, oh, that's a good idea. Let's add it. And then we add it. Oh, this thing is not good. Oh, let's implement this. Yes, that's a good idea. Let's implement it. Sometimes I can think of the idea and be like, Zipporah, what do you think? Me and Zipporah, we used to chat like friends. I don't know, maybe that's how she sees it, but that's how me I see it. I just like, sometimes I even go to a DM and be ranting about a client. Actually, that's how me I see Zipporah. She'll be like, my boss, I'm so sorry. So, like, I share that with her, not just because, oh, I want her to, you know, I don't want to feel like, oh, she's seeing all my flaws. I see her as somebody who will stand in the gap for me. I only do this with Zipporah. There was also a point in my brand where my team members were, I will not say they were disrespecting me, but there was no level of, there was no hierarchy. So it was looking like these people are not seeing me as the boss. I now had to stop that by saying, anything you're doing, please report to Zipporah, don't report to me. So Zipporah is now the person. Sometimes then I used to like reprimand them in the general group. I would just be tagging them and be talking. I would just be talking in the group. And I was say, oh, wait, you're turning to a mad woman. You have to build, where do we find out Zipporah? You have to build, if you want hierarchy and you want these people to see you as a boss and you're building a business, you have to build that hierarchy. So when something that happens now, I go to Zipporah's DM and I tell Zipporah, I reprimand her, and she'll not go to call them out or do anything. So she's not taking up a role as the online business manager. So the only place where I come in is maybe in the general meeting when I'm giving reviews or sometimes or stuff. But I'm now doing like, so we now created like an organizational chat where, so we have like an organogram, like a real business. We have like an organogram, and that organogram, everybody knows. Let me see if I even have like the picture. Organogram. Organogram. I think I have it or something. Let me see. I don't know if the picture is here on the drive. Organogram. If it's not on the drive, it will be on Canva. But we have like, okay, it's here. Let me just share. I think this is like the updated one of the people we have on our team and how it's structured. Okay. So this is the recent one. So this is the organization's chat. So we have Lucky Elohor, then we have Zipporah, is the online business manager. She's also now the community manager, doubling as a community manager. We have like a special agreement for that. Then we have Deborah, which is the funnel manager, advertising and funnel manager, and the two interns under her. Then we have Precious, who is like the creative content writer and SEO manager, and then we have like the two interns under her. Then I didn't put the graphics designer and video guys because they are not a full-time team. So this is just like the whole team that we currently have, right, on my team, the chat. So this now creates the hierarchy. And another reason why I love I love this Zoho Click a lot. Another reason why I love it as well is helps you create the organization chart as well. So I'm going to go here and you're going to see the organization chart on Zoho Click. You can assign who everybody is reporting to. So everybody on the team is reporting to Zipporah. Zipporah is reporting to me. Then the interns are reporting to teams. Let me see. So users. So you can
Um,
see how you see their names and you see who they are reporting to, right? So let me just open one person. I don't want their details to show. Let me open myself. Let me just open myself and see profile. So you see who they are reporting to in the profile, right? So you see who they are reporting to. So reporting to me, I didn't put anything because I'm not reporting to anybody, right? Right. I'm not reporting to anybody. So that's out of the picture. But every other person who they are reporting to is there. I don't want to open their personal details. But yeah, you will see who they are reporting to. So for this one, you see Zipporah there, you see this one there, blah blah blah. So that's another reason why I love the Zoho Click as well. So it helps you create that hierarchy. You have submitted me to Zoho Click. So the click is CLIQ. So that's how you create like the hierarchy. And I started seeing difference. They started seeing like the new set of people we onboarded this time around to join the team. They were so wow. They were flabbergasted. One of them was even laughing up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" He did not believe that all these things are happening in this team. That this team is so structured. That this is like the most structured team he has ever been in his life. And I'm just laughing. He didn't know the work we had to go through. Even when Zipporah came in, there was a form of structure, but we had to build some of like the other things that we have right now together, right? We had to build it together. Even the employee, now we're working on the employee structure. Me and Zipporah are working on that. We are doing how we can do team bonding, employee survey, employee of the month, just getting feedback from employee to see how we can make employee um, feel better and feel more relaxed working in the team as well. So that's like the things that we've been doing. So it's step by step. It's not like you have to do everything all at once. You have to start and do it step by step, and it's something you have to keep tweaking here and there. Keep tweaking. So sometimes it can be the community structure, like, oh Zipporah, we need to work on this community structure, and we just work on that community structure for that week. I'm like, oh, we have to restructure the community, and we restructure. Oh, we have to restructure the way we send our emails. So I'll have a call with the email people, and we restructure the emails, restructure like the SOP of how emails should be going out, and we just restructure everything, and that move on for that week. So the next week can be like, oh, let's focus on YouTube now. We have time for YouTube. Let's restructure how our YouTube is going to work, right? Okay. Creative content writer makes all content but doesn't schedule and engage. It depends on what you do. So my own creative content writer only post on LinkedIn. She posts on LinkedIn, writes articles, and then come up with YouTube ideas and upload to YouTube. That's what my creative content writer does. And then she is supervising like the social media content interns, right? Those ones that come up with content ideas, the person handling TikTok and Twitter. She supervises their work and the content ideas that they come up with, right? She supervises that. Like Instagram, for example, I don't allow anybody to do my Instagram content. I do that myself because that's like my primary platform. So every other thing they can now repurpose to other platforms. So that's what my creative content writer does. I still post on my Instagram by myself. I may eventually give it out in the future, but right now I'm not doing that yet. So yeah, so that's that. I think this whole presentation is over, right? So before we get on a Q&A, if you have more questions to ask, so I have a free slot, a 20 minutes free slot call for anybody that would like to speak to me one-on-one, right? So if you'd like to speak with me one-on-one, you'd like for me to look into your structure and your system, you can either decide to work with me straight, or you can decide to just get on the minutes with DCC with me first for 20 minutes. I'm going to review your structure, look at like the different things. Usually this is a free call, but I have learned over time to not make it to not make it free first, because people end up not showing up. Yes, they will book the call and they will waste my time, and I don't have time. My time is very, very precious. My time is very, very precious. So because of that, there's a refundable amount attached to it, So you have to pay $7,850 or $16.55 to book a slot. The link is now in the chat. You book a free slot, and when you show up to the call, after the call, I refund you back your money. Yes, you get your money back. And this call is specifically for people who want to plan for next year. You want to launch a course, you want to talk about your structure, you want to talk about your 2025 goals, you want to talk about business growth strategy, structure, team building, and business structure, whatever thing it is. You can book this call, but you have to pay the refundable commitment fee. Yes, you have to pay that fee so that you're not wasting my time. I'm not wasting your time. I don't go and sit down on the call. I had two people literally book 2 calls last week, and none of them showed up to the call. And this is the reason why I do not just allow you book a call without paying a commitment fee. So by the time you pay, even the 7,500 is nothing compared to my 20 minutes. But again, by the time you pay it, you know that you paid for something and you would want to show up. So if you want to speak, you might think that, oh, it's 20 minutes, but that 20 minutes, a lot can happen. A lot can happen in that 20 minutes. Trust me, a lot can happen. You can go to the registration page and you will see some of the feedback from there, what I've been able to share with them for 20 minutes. So this, I'm just going to look inside your business and create like a plan for you that you can work with in 2025, or for your structure, or for anything. It's free. You get your money back when you show up. If you don't show up, you don't get your money back. So yeah, so it's as simple as that. So you can do that. You can go and register. And if you like to work with me directly without doing the free call first, you can also do that as well. You can send me a message on Instagram, Digital Creator Chic. That's what my Instagram handle is. Or you can send me a message on WhatsApp or send me an email. So hello@digitalcreatorchic.com. You can send me an email as well, and I'll be willing to speak with you and work with you as well. So blueprint to balance to blueprint. That's all I have for you guys. Do we have any questions? Any feedback from you people? So let me know before we wrap up. We are done with the presentation. I hope I lived up to the promise for this presentation before you showed up. I hope I lived up to it and you learned something from this and you're willing to go back to now implement and get results for your brand against 2024 and beyond, 2025 and beyond. So do you have any questions? Anybody want to ask any question? Anything you want to clarify? Let's quickly do that and wrap up before we go. Anything for me? Thank you so much. It's a call to action. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for inviting people to come and watch. It's not over yet, so I also encourage you to share this link to people who had missed it. Let them come and watch and also be a part and learn from this. Something you can also keep coming back to this video to learn. So it's not like, oh, it's over and it's over. You can keep coming back to this video to learn. Share your feedback in the comments of the video by the time the live session is over. And I hope that you go and book the call. Let's talk. I hope to see you guys soon and on the call. So if there are no more questions, I think this is where we end the session, but I'll just wait a bit. If we have any more questions, we can just take them before we call it a day. This is the most insightful. Okay, this is the most insightful free class I've attended. Thank you, You're welcome, Victoria. You're welcome. Thank you for the session. This was great and insightful. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. I celebrate Grace, celebrate you. Thank you for taking out your time to be here and for giving me your time. And I'm so glad that I delivered on my promise to you guys. Without further ado, I think everything is clear. This one that there's no question. It's like I explained it, I broke it down, and there is no conflicts of misunderstanding. I did not confuse you, but I convinced you. I think I broke it down so well that there's no question again. I'll be waiting to happen. Or are you people confused that you can even ask question? You're like, hold on. All right, I'll see you guys when I see you. So please remember to share this link. Share this link to one person. If you've gained something from this session, right? Just copy this link and share it to one person. Share it on your status or anything and encourage them to show. I think that's like the the biggest thing. I would really appreciate that. Share it to just one person. Let them come and watch and learn from it. If you've learned so far from these 3 hours that we've spent together. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.